It was evening at a bar. Tam Van High was drowning her sorrows, drinking to forget her pain. Tomorrow was supposed to be the most important day of her life, her wedding day. But life wasn't a fairy tale. Her fiancé was cheating on her with her best friend. Her shameless best friend had the audacity to say, "Van High, the person Cha Nam truly loves is me. Considering our long-standing friendship, why don't you just give him to me?" Her cheating fiancé, Cha Nam, stood beside his mistress and added, "Yuni isn't wrong. She doesn't need to apologize to you. I never loved you anyway." These two shameless people were truly a match made in heaven. She would wait and see how long this despicable couple would last. Furious, she slammed her glass down on the table, startling the waiter and drawing the attention of everyone around her. Her head spun. "Traitors, just you wait." A greasy-looking man, a waiter, quickly caught her drift and offered her another drink. Still lost in her misery, she took the glass and downed it in one gulp. After finishing the drink, a sharp pain shot through her head. She was still dazed, unsure what was happening. She usually had a high tolerance for alcohol, but tonight she felt drunk after only 2 drinks. She had no choice but to go home and sleep it off. She would deal with that despicable couple later. Just then, a blonde man approached her. "A beautiful girl like you, all alone. Care to have a drink with me?" She didn't waste words with the lecherous man. She grabbed a bottle and smashed it over his head. Suddenly, she realized something was wrong with the drink. Her limbs felt weak. She had to get out of there. Seeing her trying to escape, the blonde man chased after her. "She's getting away. Catch her," he yelled to his friends. 2 men were chasing after her with all their might. She ran for her life, cursing them under her breath for resorting to drugging her. This wasn't a simple matter. Who was behind this, trying to harm her? As she dashed across the street, she didn't notice a car speeding towards her. It hit her head-on, sending her crashing to the ground. She heard murmurs and shouts around her. "Someone's been hit by a car. Call an ambulance." Her vision blurred. She saw the silhouette of a man. Huak Nyut Tung. Rumors in the underworld painted him as cold-blooded and ruthless, a man who had even driven his own father to madness. His gaze was strange, but that didn't matter now. She crawled towards him, begging, "Please, save me." He stepped back as she approached. She laughed bitterly. He truly was as heartless as the rumors claimed. After a period of unconsciousness, she woke up with a splitting headache, staring in disbelief at her surroundings. Where was she? Wasn't she dead? Hoke Not Tana's voice echoed in her ears. "Do my words disgust you so much they can lull you to sleep? Stop playing dumb. No matter how much you hate me, there's only 1 year left. I hope you fulfill your duty." He turned and left. She was still bewildered, unsure of what was happening. 1 year? Duty? What are you talking about? She asked. As far as she knew, they had no connection. Then she saw the clock on the table. 20216. She froze. What the hell is going on? April 1st, 20216. Was the universe playing a cruel joke on her? A housekeeper walked in. "Madam, it's time for lunch. Didn't the master say you wouldn't be eating at home today?" "Madam," was the housekeeper talking to her? This was a whole new level of psychological trauma. Lost in thought, she wondered, am I really married to Hoke Not Tan? Seeing her silence, the housekeeper spoke again. "Madam, it's been many years. Even if you don't like him, please don't hurt him." Seeing these scenes unfold so realistically, this definitely isn't a dream. Could it be that I've time-traveled 4 years into the future? And what's more, I've become Hoke Not Tana's wife. Suddenly, a ringing phone interrupted her thoughts. The caller ID showed Jung Feng Gi. She stared at the number. Since when did I have her number? She recalled the scene of Jung Feng Gi berating her. "Your mother's death is your fault." Jung Feng Gi's daughter spoke with disdain. "Mom, I don't want her as my stepsister." Jung Feng Gi leaned in and whispered to her daughter, "Don't worry, Dodo. With me here, you won't suffer." As soon as she answered the phone, the other end launched into a tirade. "Tam Van High, tomorrow is my daughter's birthday party. Make sure you take care of everything. And also, my Tamgi Institute needs some new equipment. Transfer 100,000 to me immediately." After hanging up, she sat in deep thought for a moment. I need to find someone to ask about all this. After searching her phone, she opened her blocked list and found that she had blocked Veen Veen, her best friend. She questioned her sanity. What is going on? Is there some mistake? Why would I block Veen Veen? She quickly dialed her own number. She prayed silently. Heavens, earth, please let Veen Veen answer the phone. Finally, her best friend picked up and she was overjoyed. "Veen Veen, it's me. Do you have time to meet?" The girl on the other end angrily retorted, "Tam Van High, are you crazy? Didn't you say we wouldn't contact each other anymore?" She continued to speak cheerfully. "I'll wait for you at our usual spot. I won't leave until I see you." "Okay, I also want to see what you're up to. She opened her wardrobe, thinking, right now, all I can rely on is Veen Veen. Holding the clothes in her hands, she had another mental breakdown. Oh my God, what kind of taste is this? I don't remember my style being this strange. After rummaging through everything, she finally just grabbed one of Hoke, not Tana's t-shirts to wear. Seeing Veen Veen walk in, Tam Van High beamed and waved. A second later, she rushed forward to hug her best friend tightly. Veen Veen, it's been so long. I missed you so much. Veen Veen looked at her with disgust. Is your head broken? Why have you suddenly changed the way you dress? Just say what you want. Don't put on an act with me. Tam Van High put on a cheesy, pleading expression. Just consider everything before is my fault. Don't be angry anymore, okay? Veen Veen, you're my only best friend. I don't want to lose you. Looking at Tam Van High like this, Veen Veen thought, she doesn't look like she has these past few years. But why do I have this familiar feeling, like I've known her for a long time? It's good that you understand. I'm not going to hold it against you. Seeing her best friend say this, Tam Van High's face lit up. So, you've forgiven me, right? She then reached out and took her best friend's arm. At this moment, she saw a man dining with a beautiful woman. Looking at the man before her, she felt an incredibly familiar feeling. Veen Veen was taken aback seeing her acting so casually. What? Are you blind? You don't even recognize your own husband. Tam Van High thought to herself, what bad luck running into him here. What kind of karma connection is this? The beautiful woman beside the man spoke in a gentle voice. Nutang, dis, it's delicious. Tam Van High stared blankly at this woman. Who is she? That's my Tonham, the one you set your husband up with. Anyway, you and him are only contractually married. Not many people know about this. She thought to herself, even so, we're still husband and wife in name. I hate it most when others try to steal what's mine. So, she walked towards the two of them. Veen Veen stopped her. Van High, are you crazy? Come back here. She walked up to him and gave a bright smile. Hubby. He stared at her blankly. What is this woman trying to do again? The woman beside him continued to put on a cute expression. Van High, what a coincidence seeing you here. Not Tan and I have some business to discuss, so it's not convenient for us to dine with you. We'll make a separate appointment with you sometime. She smiled at the woman. If you have something to say, then say it. But please don't feed my husband in front of everyone like that. As his wife, how do you think that makes me feel? Hearing her words, the woman adopted a wrong tone. Not Tom, look at what she's saying. I didn't mean it like that. He thought to himself, has this woman taken the wrong medication today? He glanced up at Tam Van High's outfit. Before he could speak, she stepped forward and clasped his hand, feigning coquettishness. Doesn't this look familiar? These are your clothes. What do you think? Don't they look great? Watching the scene unfold, the other woman's face darkened. She clenched her fists. Tam Van High, you really are shameless. Just wait until he turns on you. See observe what tang. If he defends that woman, I'll. Suddenly, he glanced at her. Then, he smiled cheerfully and made no move to dismiss her. Seeing that she was losing, the other woman tried a different tactic. She stood up and said goodbye. Not Tan, I have something to do this afternoon. I'm heading back to the company. Since you're going that way too, shall we go together? Contrary to the other woman's expectations, he refused directly. I have something else to do later. You go ahead. After the woman left, she turned to him and said, my friend is over there. If you're not full, shall we? He grabbed her hand tightly. What's your game? Looking at his expression, she thought, it seems my relationship with him is even worse than I imagined. But why did we get married in the first place? What happened? She pulled her hand away. If I had an ulterior motive, I tell you straight out. I don't play these games. He looked down dejectedly. It's not because of Lai Van Duong, is it? I'm doing this for myself, she thought. How could he think that? I'm doing this for my own satisfaction. However, the name sounded familiar. He sighed. She had done everything for him, even going against the contract. He glared at Tam Van High. My patience has limits. You were the one who insisted on signing the contract in the first place, so stop having second thoughts. Just take care of this yourself. He turned and walked away, leaving her standing there, stunned. Contract. Is he sick? Her best friend walked over. Are you two fighting again? She asked blankly, what is going on between us? Her friend paused. Who knows what goes on between a married couple? She sighed, holding her head in her hands. Everything was so complicated. She noticed a missed call from the woman from the restaurant. She turned to her friend. Did I know that woman before? Her friend replied, I heard you used to be her biggest fan. Not sure about now, though. Her biggest fan? What? After a moment of thought, she answered the call. The voice on the other end snapped. Tam Van High, you clearly agreed to this. Don't go back on your word. She retorted, my memory hasn't been great lately. What exactly did I agree to? The voice on the other end was furious. Stop playing dumb. You think you can get away with this? She shot back. If I did agree to something before, I'm officially informing you now that I've changed my mind. What? I'm not talking to you anymore. I have to go shopping with Natan. Goodbye. Her friend, who had witnessed the entire exchange, praised her. Well done, Mrs. Hoke. You actually dared to defy the actress. She smiled triumphantly. Bring it on. I can handle anything. She then dragged her friend off to go shopping. After their spree, she looked at the cards in her hand, puzzled. Why are all of these supplementary cards? Could the main card be in that stingy Hoke, not Tana's hands? He's a CEO, yet he's so miserly. Veen said, maybe it's with your dear sister, Tam Jiao. After all, you've been her and her mother's personal ATM for the past few years. Speak of the devil, and she shall appear. Tam Jiao sent her a text message. I want to have my birthday party at the Viet tomorrow. Get everything ready for me. Make sure the decorations are nice, or you'll have to answer me. Reading the message, she fumed. Some people really needed to be taught a lesson. She turned to her best friend, Veen, and asked what happened in the past 4 years. Why did I become their cash cow? Veen replied, I don't know all the details, but it has something to do with your disappearance. Surprised, she asked, I disappeared. Veen continued, yes, right before your wedding with Faux Van Trake. You suddenly vanished for a year. I hired a detective to find you, but they couldn't find any trace. She tried to recall the past. The night before her wedding, she caught the cheating couple red-handed. Then she went to a bar to drown her sorrows. And after that, she remembered nothing. Remembering those two, she asked her friend, so Faux Van Trake and Dong Yi are together now. Yes, they're engaged, but not married yet. Dong Yi is very smug right now. She thought to herself, if fate hasn't killed me and allowed me to return, even if I lost 4 years, I will take back everything. Just you wait. Karma is often late. So many people mistakenly believe it doesn't exist. The next day, as she was about to go out, he called her back. She turned around and said, I have to go out. Is there something you want to say? He replied, Dune Fungi called me. Was what you did yesterday because of those 5,000. If there's something, just say it directly. Why resort to such measures? She gave a dry laugh. If you haven't given it to her yet, then there's no need. I can handle things on that side myself from now on. She thought to herself, this stepmother sure is shameless, actually calling and demanding money from him directly. He set his coffee cup down and looked at her. Are you sure? He wondered why her reaction was different this time. She looked at him with a determined gaze. Very sure. It'll be different from now on. If she tries to bother you again, just have security detain her. You don't need to give me any face. He nodded. It's late. Where are you going? She smiled at him. Just going to take care of something. It won't involve you, don't worry. He wasn't used to seeing her smile like this and turn away. At Tam Jiao's friend villa, after seeing such a luxurious and magnificent house, her friends couldn't stop praising it. Jiao, the houses here are so expensive. Where did you buy this place? You didn't even bring us along. Come, Zhao, it's just a house. What's a big deal? Seeing her leisurely sipping tea on the sofa, one of her friends asked, Dao, who is this? Tam Jiao looked at her unhappily. She had clearly told her to stay home, yet she disobeyed and came here. Tam Jiao told her friend, this is just a cleaning lady I hired. Seeing her attire, her friends were quite surprised. Just a maid, but her figure and style aren't bad. Your standards are pretty high, Jiao. She gave him a sharp look, making them shrink back. The friend with pink hair blurted out, Dao, she's just a maid. Why such an attitude? Why would you even hire someone like this? She's so disrespectful. Tam Jiao angrily walked towards her, pointing and scolding. Who told you to sit here? Get down immediately and start serving us. You're such an eyesore. I'll deal with you later. She looked at her impudent younger sister and coldly asked, what if I say no? Come, She raised her hand, about to slap her across the face. Just then, the property manager walked in, stopping her. I'm from the property management office. We received a report that the homeowner said there was a burglar. May I ask who you are? Hearing this, Tam Jiao quickly asked, what? Isn't this your house? Tam Jiao, still brazen and shameless, declared, this is my house. Is it a crime for me to have a gathering in my own home? The officer sternly replied, excuse me, miss, but this property is registered under Mr. Hoke, not Tana's name. May I ask what your relationship is to him? Tam Jiao, furious and speechless, retorted, who called you here anyway? I stepped forward confidently, challenging my half-sister's blatant lie. I did, I said. The officer politely greeted me, Mrs. Hoke. The property manager spoke in a fawning tone. Mrs. Hoke, how would you like to handle this matter? I can choose not to press charges for trespassing. I replied, but this alcohol is my husband's personal collection. They've consumed it, so they need to compensate for it. Tam Zhao glared at me angrily. Compensate. Compensate. A few measly coins, you think I can't afford it. I looked at my stepsister, who was still talking big. Okay, if you can afford it, that's good. This alcohol is 20,000 yuan a bottle. Some are 50,000. In total, it's about 5 million yuan. Tam Jiao's friends paled upon hearing the amount. 5 million yuan. Hoke Not Tan was truly filthy rich. Knowing discretion is the better part of valor, they quickly slipped away. Before leaving, one of them even said, actually, I'm not that close to Tam Zhao. Goodbye. Upon hearing the sum, Tam Zhao fainted on the spot. The officer asked hesitantly, Mrs. Hoke, what about this situation? It's fine. Just leave her there, I thought to myself. This little frog's only real skill is pretending. Bring the dinner I prepared up here. I'll eat while I wait for her to wake up. Finally, after I pretended to eat for less than 5 minutes, Tam Zhao couldn't take it anymore and woke up. After everything was settled, I returned home. Rubbing my temples, I thought, why do I feel so hot? You came to the Golden Loan Villa. Yes, that's my property. Tam Zhao barged in, so I had to deal with it. She thought to herself, this man is really well informed. He looked at her quizzically. Weren't you always listening to everything Tam Zhao said before? Feeling a slight headache coming on, she didn't say much more and headed directly to her room. Seeing her face as red as a tomato and her unsteady steps, he rushed to support her. Are you all right? Although she felt like she was about to faint, she still put on a brave face. I'm fine. I'm perfectly healthy. He gently touched her forehead. Don't move. Then, he scooped her up into his arms. I'll take you to your room. You have an allergic reaction and a fever. It was only then that she realized she was having an allergic reaction. So that's why I feel so awful. He said solicitously, rest for a bit. I'll call the doctor. Seeing his concern, she felt a flutter of warmth. It was nice to have someone care for her. He carried her to her room. A little while later, his private doctor arrived. The man's name was Neep Di Chan. After the examination, the doctor said her allergic reaction was caused by eating seafood. Fortunately, it was caught in time. She just needed a few days of rest. Hearing this, he scolded her affectionately. You silly girl, why did you eat seafood? Already feeling unwell and now being scolded, she retorted angrily, why are you scolding me? And I'm certain I'm not allergic to seafood. She thought to herself, I absolutely cannot be allergic to seafood. I've never had this happen before. What in the world is going on? He responded with a puzzled, then how do you explain the allergic reaction? She remained silent, unable to answer. She didn't understand what was happening either. The two of them stared at each other. Seeing the tense atmosphere, the doctor made a hasty retreat, not wanting to get caught in the crossfire. After a while, Hoke Not Tan sighed in exasperation. Forget it. Go to sleep. I'm going back to my room. Mrs. Hoke looked at him, thinking about the past 4 years. He definitely knew. But how should she ask? If she told him she was the Tam Van Hai from 4 years ago, would he believe her? He might think she'd gone crazy. He saw her narrow her eyes, staring at him like that, and thought she loathed him, didn't want to see his face. The thought made him even sadder. Was it wrong for him to care about her? He looked at her and said, if you don't want to see me, I'll leave now. Watching him storm out of the room, she thought, I didn't do anything to him. A few days later, she had fully recovered. She sat reading, relaxing, and thinking to herself. Although Hoke Not Tana's moods were sometimes unpredictable, life as Mrs. Hoke was pretty good. Just then, the scheming woman appeared. Van Hai, I came to visit you. She stood up and looked at her. There's no need for a visit, Mississippi. Is there something you wanted to say? Seeing her looking more beautiful than usual today, her aura radiating, the scheming woman gritted her teeth. Since when did this woman become so beautiful? She looked at the scheming woman. If you have something to say, be direct. I don't like beating around the bush. If not, I'll go rest. Wait, that day on the phone, I didn't mean to raise my voice at you. Actually, I've always been very grateful to you for paying me and not Tan. You said you regretted it that day. You were just angry, right? I believe you're a woman of your word. So, she thought, she's definitely here to ask for a favor. Seeing the scheming woman repeatedly lower her head, she looked at her. If you're so sincere, then I accept. So, what do you need my help with today? The scheming woman took her hand, feigning intimacy. Well, in 2 days, I have a movie premiere. Could you ask Not Tan to go with me? She wondered what the scheming woman wanted. Just ask him to go. She could certainly help with that. She agreed. I'll help you, but I'm not sure if he'll go. If you ask him, he'll definitely agree. Hearing this, she asked in astonishment, why? Even she didn't believe he would listen to her. Yet this woman spoke with such certainty. The scheming woman didn't answer a question. You don't need to ask so many questions. Just do as I say. Having said that, the scheming woman turned to leave. I know you'll definitely help me, just like you did before. Rest well, I won't bother you anymore. That evening, she waited for a long time before Hoke, not Tan, finally returned home. You're back. My Tonham came by today. What did she want? She hopes you'll make time to go to her movie premiere. He leaned closer, his voice displeased. So you want me to go? Seeing his coldness, she retorted, if I tell you to go, will you go? Of course. I'll do as you wish. He's so hopelessly devoted. 10 out of 10. Not. Seeing him agree, she was taken aback. Do you like her? Hearing her naive question, he pressed her against the wall. Do you think I like her? Seeing his angry expression, she quickly retreated. I didn't say that. If you don't like her, then don't go. Thinking that this man was going crazy, she pushed him away. Hoke Natan wouldn't let her go. Hoke T is holding a party in a few days. If you want me to let you go, you have to agree to go with me. Of course, I agree. No problem. Seeing her readily agree, he was momentarily stunned. She took the opportunity to push him away and fled back to her room. He stood there dumbfounded. How could this woman have changed so much lately? A few days later, at the Hoke Tea party, she wore an elegant and luxurious outfit. Looking around at all the high society guests, she thought to herself, it seems Hoke T's influence is greater than I imagined. Unaccustomed to high heels, she stumbled and nearly fell. Just then, a man stepped forward to catch her. She politely thanked him. Thank you, sir. The gray-haired man was Lai Van Duong. He seemed surprised by her formality. What's wrong? Why are you so formal with me? You used to call me Van Duong. Hoke Nat Tan watched this affectionate scene from afar, his grip tightening on his wine glass. So, Van Hai was him all along. Lai Van Duong chuckled and chatted with her, one hand holding his drink and the other casually slipping around her waist. She quickly pushed his arm away. The surrounding guests began to gossip. My goodness, does this woman have no shame? Such blatant flirting at the Hoke family party. She glared at Lai Van Duong. Don't be so clingy. If my husband sees this, you'll be in trouble. He was taken aback. Shouldn't she be pleased by his advances? Why was she pushing him away? He thought, this is strange. I need to figure out how to use her to my advantage to close this deal. You're right. I'll contact you later tonight. She turned and walked away, thinking, this man is like a leech. That scheming woman is number one, and he's number two. They're a perfect match. Hoke Nat Tan angrily crushed the wine glass in his hand, and she said it wasn't because of him. Just then, a little girl bumped into her. The girl quickly apologized in a small voice. The displeased, middle-aged woman yelled, someone take her away. She's breaking all my things. The little girl, wrongly accused, burst into tears. She looked at the woman in front of her and guessed she must be Hoke Nat Tan's stepmother. It seemed this little girl had suffered quite a bit. Seeing such an adorable child being bullied by her stepmother, Tam Van Hai spoke up to defend her. You say she broke something. Where's the proof? The stepmother retorted haughtily. Proof? It happened right in front of my eyes. What more proof do I need? Tam Van Hai, since when do you interfere in my affairs? Hearing the loud argument, Hoke Nat Tan walked over and asked what's going on here. The stepmother's face darkened, and she became slightly more subdued. Looking at him, she lowered her voice. Nat Tan, I just wanted to take Balgon home. Van Hai is stopping me for some reason. You know she just runs around here, causing trouble. Seeing her lie without flinching, Tam Van Hai spoke up, exposing her. Seeing is believing. There are cameras here. Why don't we check the footage? Seeing the situation turn unfavorable, the stepmother raised her voice. With so many guests, why check the cameras? It's not even worth the time. Tam Van Hai retorted, if you're so sure Balgon broke it, why not check the cameras? Unless you have something to hide. Just because you say so doesn't make it true. The stepmother yelled back, even though Balgon isn't my biological daughter, I raised her. How can I make that up? Seeing the two still arguing, Hoke Nat Tan shouted, enough, Aunt Hong. You don't need to say any more. I'll take Balgon home with me tonight. I'll explain to my father. He then turned and left with Balgon. The stepmother fumed inwardly. Fine, Hoke Nat Tan, you've grown your wings, haven't you? Just you wait and see. That evening, at home, Tam Van Hai received a text message. Meet tomorrow afternoon at the usual place. The little girl said to her sister-in-law, I'm sleepy. So she put down her phone and then took the little girl back to her room to sleep. Hoke Nat Tan saw her phone lit up and accidentally read the message. His face darkened with displeasure. She was sharing a room with him. Watching him change, she swallowed hard. She hadn't realized his body was so amazing. If he were her boyfriend, she would definitely touch him. She was lost in this fantasy when he suddenly walked over to her. Beautiful, isn't it? Who's more handsome, me or Lai Van Duong? Honey, no, wait. What does this have to do with him? Don't overthink it. I'm only sleeping here, so Bao Gon doesn't find out. Seeing her seriousness, Hoke not Tan teased, really. I thought you came tonight to fulfill your duties as Mrs. Hoke. He thought to himself, they'd been married and living together for years, but this was the first time she'd been so shy around him. It was adorable. She was thinking, feeling like something wasn't quite right. Duties as Mrs. Hoke. Wait a minute, if they were legally married, didn't that mean they had already? Oh my God, did he mean she could do anything with him? The next day, she met with Lai Van Duong. According to her investigation, he was her senior in college. She wondered why she had been seduced by this man 4 years ago. Moreover, she had foolishly taken advantage of Hoke not Tan for him. After looking over the documents, Lai Van Duong said, Van Hai, tell Hoke not Tan to give me the development rights for this project. Confused by his confidence, she asked, why are you so sure he'll listen to me? Because he owes you. She was surprised. He owes me what? Li Van Dung Z Punde Angli Don Pai Dum Wheat Me. Do you not want to help me? She stopped beating around the bush and said directly, that's right, I don't want to help you anymore. He looked at her threateningly. Tam Van Hai, have you forgotten that I have your photos? She felt a flicker of fear. Photos? What photos? Don't tell me I was stupid enough to. I absolutely won't let him have anything on me. Suddenly, she stood up. Lai Van Duong, don't you dare try to blackmail me with photos. Tam Van Hai, I'm not afraid of you. Go ahead and post them if you want, but I have to remind you of something. After you post them, be prepared to run for your life. He had gone from threatening her to being threatened himself. Speechless, he was completely taken aback. Just then, Hoke not Tan walked in. Go ahead and post them if you got the guts. After you do, let's see how you'll continue to live. She looked at him in surprise, wondering why he was there. Threatened by both of them, Lai Van Duong, though inwardly intimidated, still blustered, while a husband and wife tag team. If you don't know what's good for you, I'll teach you a lesson you won't forget. He pulled out his phone and called someone. Immediately opened my computer. There's a file with compromising photos. Post them all online for me. Post them on every website. Wherever there's high traffic, post them. He turned to her with a sneer. Ha, this time I'll definitely get you on the hot search. Let's wait and see Mrs. Hoke's nude photos. A minute later, she looked at the new post online and froze. Seeing her expression, Lai Van Duong laughed even harder. Ha, it's not too late to kneel down and beg me now. No need. This photo is truly spectacular. She then held out her phone for him to see. It was a picture of him naked. Li Van Dung Wus Shou. What's going on? She pulled out her phone and dialed 110. There's a crazy man here exposing himself. Moments later, the police arrived and took him away. He still protested, yelling, just you wait. I'll definitely be back. She was lost in thought, wondering if Hoke not Tan had helped her deal with the photos. A smile bloomed on her face as she looked at him. Compared to those people, he was the one who had been the kindest to her. Seeing the call from Ham, he hung up directly. Looking at the expression on her face, he chuckled. Jealous. She turned away, refusing to look at him, her voice tinged with a playful sulk. Today is the premiere of that actress's movie. Don't be late. He leaned closer, whispering, I told you if you don't want me to go, I won't. On the set, the MC asked, Miss Mai, didn't you say CEO Hoke would be coming today? He's still not here. May I ask why? Mai Tonham forced a smile, grasping for an excuse. Something important came up, so he couldn't make it. The MC showed her a phone. But 10 minutes ago, someone took a picture of CEO Hoke with a woman. Moreover, they look quite intimate. Miss Mai, is this CEO Hoke's new girlfriend? Seeing the photo, Mai Tonham was furious. Come Vun He, how did you? Back with Tam Van Hai. He looked at her and asked, you didn't want me to go to provoke my Tonham. She replied nonchalantly, couldn't I? There are rumors going around that she's your close friend. So, are you heartbroken that you embarrassed the beauty? He suddenly stood up and looked at her. Tam Van Hai, have you really forgotten who's responsible for all this? At that moment, Mai Tonham's phone call came in. He put on speakerphone. What is it? Mai Tonham sobbed. I Ching, did Van Hai tell you that I invited you to my movie premiere today? She did. So why didn't you come? Hearing this, he retorted angrily. Just because she said I should go, does that mean I have to? He then hung up the phone abruptly and looked at her. From now on, if you want to do something, just tell me directly. Don't do this. She fell into deep thought. Even now, he's still protecting me like this. Is it all because of that contract? So while he was showering, she snuck off to find the contract. Seeing a stack of documents on the table, she flipped through them, searching. Then, she picked up a piece of paper to read. At that moment, Hoke Natan came up behind her, startling her. He pressed her against the wall. Mrs. Hoke, just half an hour ago, you agreed with me. You said you would tell me directly if you wanted anything. I was looking for the divorce contract. I suddenly wanted to see it. Just because there's only 1 year left, you can't stand it anymore. No, I just want to change the relationship between us. We could become closer. You help me, and I'll help you. Hearing her say this, he looked half believing, half doubtful. Is that so? Then I'll have to see how you behave from now on. What kind of behavior? He suddenly leaned in and kissed her deeply. Seeing her resistance, he stopped and asked, regretting it already. Her face was as red as a tomato as she replied, even if I regret it, it's useless. I can't run away now anyway. What followed was a scene not suitable for children. Let's just skip over this part. The next morning, her father came to see her. She happily ran to hug him. Her father said, Aunt June was coming too, originally. Van Hai, Dao has been spoiled since she was young. You're the older sister. Don't hold it against her. Her eyes filled with sadness. So they came to plead on Tam Dao's behalf. When she was little, her father always favored Dao, always making her give in. Every time Dao made a mistake, he would say, Van Hai, you're the older sister. Seeing her silence, her father spoke up. This time, Dao was wrong. Di Jung has already punished her. She said she would apologize to you. Van Hai, I know you've always been obedient. I hope everyone in the family can get along. That woman punished her. She couldn't believe her ears. Exhausted, she agreed. I don't want to make things difficult for you, Dad. I agree. Hearing her answer, he nodded contentedly and waved goodbye. That puts my mind at ease. I'll go back and tell your aunt. Hoke Natan, who had been standing there, suddenly felt dizzy. She quickly supported him, anxiously asking what was wrong. He replied it was nothing, just a recurrence of his old illness. A second later, he collapsed. Afterward, the doctor arrived to examine him. Sister-in-law, there's no need to worry. Hoke Natana's old illness just requires a sedative and some sleep, and he'll be better. Despite the doctor's reassurance, she worriedly asked, what illness does he have? The doctor looked at her. I can't say. It's his secret. It would be better for him to tell you himself. Before leaving, the doctor added, Hoke Natan has it tough. Please be good to him. Sitting on the bed, she looked at him, her eyes filled with sadness, wondering if the rumors about him not living past 30 were true. Overcome with sleepiness, she climbed in a bed beside him. Hoke Natan, deep in sleep, felt something amiss and opened his eyes. He turned over, afraid she was cold, and pulled the blanket over her. Staring at the woman before him, he smiled unconsciously. Suddenly, she hugged him tightly, murmuring, don't let anything happen to you. He tenderly kissed her forehead. The next day, she took Hoke, not Tana's younger sister, out. By some strange coincidence, they ran into her ex-boyfriend, the one who cheated on her, along with her former best friend. This best friend thing is so strange. It's like you're so close you can bite each other, you know? If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to give the account a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. She crossed her arms, looking at the shameless couple sarcastically. Trash really can be found anywhere. Seeing this, the ex-boyfriend put his arm around the green tea bitch. Wan Yin, you're too kind. You should stay away from this kind of person. The green tea bitch turned on her fake innocence act. Yunja, don't say that. Yinhai didn't mean it. Oh my god, she stole someone's husband and is now playing the victim. Seriously, any kind of tea is fine, but not green tea, everyone. Seeing the couple continuing their shameless, lovey-dovey act, she gagged. Baoyan, let's not come to this mall again. Even dogs and cats can get in here. Her ex-boyfriend glared at her angrily. Tam Van Hai, don't think you're so great just because you married Hoke Natan. He doesn't love you at all. It seems you married him just to serve this stupid little sister. You're nothing but a high-class servant. Wan Yin, the former best friend beside him, maintained her air of superiority. Yin Hai, don't mind his temper. We'll be going now. As she turned to leave, Tam Van Hai blocked her path. Leaving isn't that easy. Apologize to my sister-in-law first. What? You want me to apologize to this idiot? Before her ex-boyfriend could finish speaking, Tam Van Hai slapped him across the face for his insolence. He flew into a rage, his eyes like daggers. You bitch, you dare hit me. Is it the first slap you've ever received? She grabbed his shirt. How about a few more to teach you some manners? Wan Yin quickly intervened. Stop hitting him. Wan Yin couldn't resist her manipulative nature. She fabricated a story. Yin Hai, not only did you stalk Yinja, but you're also acting out like this because of love turned to hate. Hearing this, Tam Van Hai questioned the sanity of the world. Stalking, love turned to hate. Wan Yin, If you have a problem with your head, go to the hospital. Don't bark nonsense here, or you'll get muzzled. Her ex-boyfriend's face lit up at this. Huh, Yin Hai, even though we're over, if you're still obsessed with me, we could be friends. Tam Van Hai was stunned by the audacity of these two lunatics. They truly were a match made in heaven. Fo Yunjia, even if you beg me on your knees, I wouldn't spare you a glance. Stop with the nonsense and apologize to my sister-in-law immediately. If you don't know how to behave, I'll cancel the cooperation between the Hua and Fo families right now. Her ex-boyfriend burst out laughing. Ah, Yin Hai, who do you think you are? Stop putting on an act. She looked at him defiantly. Oh really? Hello, Yi Cheng. If I want to cancel the cooperation between the Hua and Fo families, would you agree? On the other end, Hoke Not Tan replied, of course. This answer left both the Jianan and Wang Yin utterly shocked. They were both questioning their reality. What the hell? Wasn't it rumored they were only married in name? Wang Yin hurriedly apologized. Yin Hai, he speaks without thinking. I apologize on his behalf. After saying that, she quickly slipped away. Only then did Tam Van Hai remember Bao Gan standing beside her. She thought, oh no, I hope she wasn't negatively influenced by what just happened. She quickly asked Bao Gan, were you scared of me just now? The little girl smiled brightly and praised her. Sister-in-law, you were so cool just now. I want to be like you so no one can bully me. Tam Van Hai patted the girl's head. Hee, with your sister-in-law here, no one will bully you. The next day, at her stepmother's house, the woman nudged her daughter. Jiao, quickly apologize to your sister. You've caused enough trouble these past few days. I won't apologize. Just apologize. Shun Jiao reluctantly said I'm sorry, but her expression showed she didn't mean it. She thought to herself, what's there to be so smug about? You think you're so great just because you snagged Hoke Not Tan. He'll dump you sooner or later. Her father spoke up for Shun Jiao. Yin Hai, she knows she was wrong. I hope you can forgive her. After all, you two are sisters. Hearing this, Tam Van Hai felt wronged. Forgive her. I'm your daughter too. Who's going to forgive me? Did I marry Hoke Not Tan just to be a cash cow for everyone? We're all family. Why are you saying this? Her stepmother chimed in. That's right, we're all family. Our new clinic is opening in a few days. Your father and I hope you and Not Tan will come. Tam Van Hai smiled faintly, thinking, our clinic. How much of share do I even have in it? You want me to forgive her and use Not Tan as influence? Asking for half the shares wouldn't be too much, would it? Her stepmother was unhappy, but she agreed outwardly. After Tam Van Hai left, Shun Jiao angrily said to her mother, Mom, look at that idiot showing off. Who does she think she is? Why did you agree? Her stepmother looked at her daughter. You need to think long term. Just get Hoke Not Tan on your side, and you won't have to worry about business opportunities. After leaving, Tam Van Hai went to the company to find him. Want to hear about my triumph today? Seeing Fo Yunjia there as well, she frowned. Why is he everywhere I go? Hoke Not Tan said, I've reviewed your company's proposal. There are quite a few issues that need to be addressed. Let's stop here for today. Fo Yunjia was furious. You're doing this because she's my ex-girlfriend. Ex-Hirufriend. Yes, she's my ex-girlfriend. She keeps trying to get me back and has definitely been bad-mouthing me to you. She looked at him with disdain. What a shameless jerk. Seeing him remain silent, Fo Yunjia continued. Tam Van Hai is a terrible woman. You need to be careful around her. Hearing this, Hoke Not Tan put the documents down. Mr. Fo, if that's what you think, there's no need for us to cooperate any further. Seeing the deal fall apart, Fo Yunjia angrily yelled at her, You wicked woman. I know you resent me, but you didn't have to stoop this low to sabotage me. She walked over and took Hoke Not Tan's arm. Fo Yunjia, stop putting on a show. You're not even worthy of carrying my husband's shoes. Seeing the situation was beyond repair, Fo Yunjia slammed the door and left. I'll just wait and see. A few days later, at the opening of her stepmother's clinic, she wore a simple yet elegant outfit, arm in arm with Hoke Not Tan. Seeing her prize arrival, her stepmother greeted them fawningly. Oh, you two finally made it. You arrived just in time. Let me introduce you to everyone and show off my wonderful son-in-law. She declined directly. I don't think that's necessary. Is there anyone here who doesn't know Not Tan? All your friends admire him. They've all been dying to meet him. Having him here today is a blessing for you. He put his arm around her waist and said, You're exaggerating. I just came with Yin Hai today to see what it was like. After the party ended, she got in the car and returned home. Looking at herself in the mirror, she fell into deep thought. No matter the occasion, he was always her useful charm. She turned and smiled. Thank you. I know you don't like these kinds of parties, but you still came. Actually, I don't like them either. You don't like them, but you still came. Actually, I have a plan. Just wait and see the good show. A few days later, at the Shun family home, her stepmother asked her, "Why are you here today? I heard that Shinny Hospital's business has been good recently. Ichung, and I have put in quite a bit of effort promoting it. Shouldn't I get a bigger share?" Seeing her unreasonable demand, her stepmother became angry. "Yinhai, you should have a conscience. Don't be so greedy. You already took half last time. What I took last time was what originally belonged to me. What I'm asking for today is the remaining portion that belonged to my father. If I remember correctly, the remaining shares are under his name. When you married Hoke Not Tan, you didn't take anything from the family. It shouldn't be too much to ask for a portion of your father's shares, right?" Her father, feeling guilty, agreed. Seeing this, her stepmother angrily scolded, "Yun Hai is already married. If you divide it like this, what about Jiao Jiao and me?" Regardless of what her stepmother said, her father still agreed to divide the shares with her. So, she quickly had her father sign the share transfer agreement. Her stepmother, fuming, could do nothing. Back home, Tam Van Hai clutched the paper triumphantly. "Ha! 80% of the shares. I'm the boss now. No one can control my life anymore." Seeing her joy, Hoke Not Tan pondered, is she preparing to leave after the contract expires? She turned to him with a smile. "Thank you so much. If you need any help in the future, just let me know. I'll definitely help you. I'm in a great mood today. Let's go out to eat with Balgon later. I've already taken her back." Tam Van Hai stared at him in surprise. "Why did you take her back?" She clearly didn't want to go back there at all. "She's my younger sister. It has nothing to do with you." Tam Van Hai, still happy moments before, fumed inwardly. "Fine, then your affairs have nothing to do with me either." Dejected, she went to drown her sorrows with her best friend, Yuan Yuan. "Didn't you two just make up? Are you fighting again? I don't understand why he's giving in to that stepmother. Forget it. Don't mention him to me again. I don't want to hear anything about him. Let's get drunk tonight. Waiter, menu please." "Hello, miss. What can I get for you?" "A cocktail, please." "Oh, wait. I remember you had a handsome, brown-haired guy working here. Why isn't he here today?" The waiter poured her drink. "The man you're talking about is that Jack Sunday. He quit before I started working here." Tam Van Hai fell in a deep thought. So he quit 4 years ago. What a coincidence. She continued to ask the waiter about him, but he knew nothing more. "I guess I'll just drown my sorrows then." She took a sip and promptly passed out. A while later, Hoke Not Tan arrived. He silently scolded her. "She's such a fool. Doesn't she even know she's allergic to alcohol?" After a long sleep, she finally woke up. "You're awake." Seeing his face made her unhappy, so she turned away. No matter what he said, she urged him to leave. "Go away. Don't ruin my mood." Suddenly, something clicked in his mind. "You still owe me a favor, remember?" She turned back. "How could I forget? Do you want me to repay it now?" He suddenly hugged her from behind, his voice soft and pleading. "Don't be angry anymore." Surprised by his gentleness, she turned her head to look at him. "I'm not angry. It's your business. I shouldn't have interfered." He looked at her, pouting slightly. "You're still angry." She snapped, "I'm not." He looked at her slyly. "Even though Balgon isn't here, we don't need to sleep in separate rooms, do we?" He finished speaking and carried her back to his room. "You're still not feeling well. You need someone to take care of you." The next day, at Veen Veen's fashion show, Veen Veen teased her upon seeing the Band-Aid on her neck. "Hey, that Band-Aid on your neck is really special." At this moment, Wanyan walked to Hoke Not Tan's side. The reporters, seeing the two of them, quickly took out their cameras and started snapping pictures. Click, click, click. 7,749 photos were taken. "Wow, they really are a perfect match." Seeing their colleagues' careless words, another reporter interrupted, "Shut up. His legal wife is right there." Veen Veen was angry at the reporter's careless remarks. These tabloid reporters are such liars. All they do all day is make things up. They're such gossips. He was a little disappointed. She seemed indifferent. Wanyan had something to say to Tam Van Hai, so she walked over and asked, "Van Hai, are you free? Can we talk for a bit?" The two went to a secluded spot. Wanyan suddenly started crying. "Can you please let Fo Yunja go? Stop using Hoke Not Tan to suppress him. Look at this woman, always playing the victim. I won't mince words. Why should I forgive him? Does he even know you came here begging me?" She thought to herself, "It seems the collaboration is off, which is why she rushed to find me. She was so bold just a moment ago." Wanyan didn't answer her question. She continued her performance. "Yin Hai, feelings can't be forced. So many years have passed, yet you still cling to this. You're married to Hoke Not Tan. Even if your relationship isn't good, you can't do this." Looking at this woman, this green tea bitch who wouldn't stop her act, she thought, "Oh, you want to put on a show? Fine, I'll play along." So she said, "So, are you willing to give him up?" Fo Yunja suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Seeing her haughty manner, he angrily scolded her. Tam Van Hai, I knew it. You still haven't given up on me. Listen carefully. The person I love is Wan Yin. If you bully her again, don't blame me. I absolutely won't let you off. Faced with this shameless couple, she didn't bother wasting her breath on them and turned to leave, bumping into Hoke Nhat Tan. She didn't know how long he had been standing there. So, this was her real purpose. The atmosphere was terrifyingly silent. Hoke Nhat Tan looked at Fo Yunja with icy eyes and said, from today onwards, the Fo family will be permanently removed from the Ho Corporation's list of partners. We will never cooperate again. Fo Yunja cried out, Mr. Hoke, you can't do this. Seeing him run off as if chased by a ghost, she hurried after him, calling out, Hoke Nhat Tan, wait for me. Why are you walking so fast? Seeing that he didn't respond, she ran in front of him, blocking his path. Are you angry? Actually, what I said just now. Hoc Nhat Tang Movet Asai. It's okay. I'm used to it. This isn't the first time. That evening, the atmosphere in the villa was incredibly silent. Neither of them spoke. Seeing him with an icy expression, intently reading the newspaper, Tam Van Hai glanced at him unhappily, thinking to herself, this rotten man, his moods are so unpredictable. Does he not even see the beautiful woman sitting next to him? She paced back and forth, but he continued to ignore her. She resigned herself to the fact that she couldn't blame him. She was the one in the wrong and needed to find a way to make amends. With that thought, she moved closer to him. She called his name, but he still ignored her, acting as if he hadn't heard a thing. She cursed him under her breath. What a jerk, ignoring me like this. Seeing her repeatedly call his name, he finally spoke. What is it? She deployed her best charm offensive. Nhat Tan, if you'll stop being angry with me, I'll agree to one condition. Any condition at all. He, of course, nodded in agreement. Surprised, she stared blankly. She hadn't expected him to agree so quickly. He moved towards her and lifted her up. He looked at her slyly. Do you know what I want right now? What followed was a passionate interlude. We'll skip over this scene. The next day, Fo Yunja arranged to meet her at a restaurant. She asked directly, tell me, what do you want? The presumptuous jerk assumed she was still infatuated with him and started laying down conditions. Van Hai, if you can convince Hoke Nhat Tan to retract his decision to stop cooperating with the Fo Corporation, then I'll consider being friends with you again. She cursed him internally. Is this guy mentally unstable? Does he think he's the center of the universe? What piece of trash? The arrogant jerk continued. You've already admitted you can't let me go, haven't you? So I'm giving you a chance. You should be grateful. Besides, you're dressed so beautifully today. Isn't it for me to admire? She picked up the glass of water and walked closer. Looking at the delusional man smirking, she said, you're still drunk and haven't woken up yet, huh? With that, she splashed the water in his face. Let him wake up and stop being so delusional. Stop spouting nonsense here. Then she said goodbye to him. I'm busy and don't have time to listen to your nonsense. Don't bother me again. As soon as she left the cafe, her best friend, Veen, called. Van Hai, you have to see what's trending. The top trending news was, Fo Corporation's young master has an affair with Hoa Corporation's madam, famous designer abandoned. Below the article, people were commenting nonstop. The world of the rich and powerful is so messy. She wasn't surprised at all and asked her friend, what do you think Wan Yin's reaction will be when she sees these photos? Her friend replied, knowing her personality, she'll definitely cry her eyes out. She chuckled. Serves her right for scheming against me. I'm just giving her a taste of her own medicine. Back to the scene with the delusional man, Wan Yin asked Fo Yunja, who did you have lunch with today? He coldly replied, no one, just a client. Hearing that, she burst into tears. Fo Yunja quickly put down his phone and asked, Wan Yin, why are you crying? Wan Yin covered her face and sobbed even louder. Yunja, did I do something wrong? If you're not happy with me, just tell me directly. Fo Yunja was bewildered, still not understanding what was happening. Nothing's wrong. Why would you say that? Then why did you have lunch with Van Hai and not tell me? Do you want to get back together with her? Wan Yin, why would you say that? I don't have any feelings for her anymore. I wouldn't take her even if she was free. But the news online is making me overthink. He held Wan Yin in his arms and comforted her. You have to trust me. These ridiculous online reports are all nonsense. I'm about to marry you. How could I still be hung up on someone like her? You're always number one in my heart. She's not even in the same league as you. Be good. Stop overthinking. He cursed Tam Van Hai under his breath. Dam tat tum vun he. How dare she scheme against me? Just you wait. At Hoke Nhat Tan's house, she knocked on his door with a glass of milk. Aunt Zhang told me you haven't had dinner yet. Have some warm milk to settle your stomach. Hoke Nhat Tan, his face icy, gave a slight nod. Seeing this, she moved closer and peeked at his computer. What are you working on? Why do you look so upset? The top trending news story caught her eye. Faux Corporation's young master having an affair with Ho Corporation's madam. She thought to herself, oh no, I messed up again. I forgot he'd be angry seeing this. She quickly tried to act casual. Oh, so you're reading the news. I wouldn't have guessed. You're actually interested in this kind of gossipy trash. His handsome face, still cold, stared at her. Seeing his gaze, she blurted out, Mr. Hoke, if you have something to say, just say it. Don't make me guess. Don't you have anything to say to me? He asked to meet me. He wanted me to cancel the decision not to cooperate. Of course, I refused. He was being so unreasonable, so I just teased him a little. Hearing this, he feigned indifference. I don't care about these things. She sighed, exasperated. He says he doesn't care, yet he's been staring at it all night. So you're not angry, right? You care whether I'm angry or not. Of course. We're family after all. It's better to be happy, right? He slapped up. I'm certainly not angry. This matter has nothing to do with me. Watching his expression, she thought, not angry. That's a lie. At the breakfast table that morning, Hoke Not Tana's face was icy. The housekeeper, seeing this, was intimidated. The atmosphere was terrifying. So, the housekeeper made an excuse to leave. I'll go see if Madam is awake. It's good for her health to eat breakfast on time. Suddenly, a scream, Madam. Are you all right? He rushed upstairs and found her curled up in bed. He quickly picked her up. I'll take you to the hospital. But she refused. I'm fine. Put me down. The housekeeper stood beside them, awkwardly saying, Sir, Madam is probably having her period. He asked her, what did you eat last night? Did you have anything cold? She replied, just a cold milk tea. Oh dear, Madam, you can't drink cold things. You get stomach cramps every time you have your period, and eating cold things will make it worse. I'll go downstairs and make you some ginger tea to warm you up. Watching his worried expression, she felt something was wrong and asked, Hoke Not Tan, can I ask you something? Go ahead. She asked, what's wrong with me? Can you tell me? I can't. Seeing his expression, she pressed, why not? It's my health. Don't I even have the right to know? It's all in the past. Past? What past? I was perfectly fine. What happened I don't know about. Seeing her persistent questioning, he tried to leave, but she grabbed his hand. What do I have to do to make you tell me? He pulled his hand away without answering and quickly walked out. Watching him leave, she thought, fine, don't tell me. Sooner or later, I'll find out. Just then, her best friend called. Hi, quick, look at the news on Weibo. That Fo Yunjia is such a fake. It's a clarification post from the Fo Corporation, claiming Mr. Fo and Miss Wan Yin are deeply in love. They're threatening legal action against anyone spreading these false rumors. Oh ridiculos. He's such a good pretender. The next day, the housekeeper brought her tonic. She asked, have you seen Hoke Not Tan? Sir is on a business trip. Of course. He's always out when I need him. Did he say when he'll be back? No, madam. Every year around this time, Sir goes on a business trip for half a month. She thought to herself, there's no way it's just a business trip. Hoke Not Tan, just how much are you hiding from me? Oh, right, madam. Your birthday is coming up. Will you be celebrating as usual, or do you have other arrangements? Just a small celebration at home will be fine. Nothing big. The next day, at the class reunion, a man with brown hair saw her and Veen arrive. You two finally made it. Sit over here. This spot was specially reserved for you. Wan Yin looked surprised to see her. Hi, I thought you weren't coming. She glanced at her. Why wouldn't I come? I thought you wouldn't want to see me. She clicked her tongue. You think too highly of yourself. Just then, the classmates started gossiping. Wan Yin, I heard your fiancé has another woman. Is it true? Is your wedding next month still on? Another classmate sneered. Whether she can marry into a rich family is still uncertain. I heard this isn't the first time Fo Yunjia has cheated. He's just repeating his old tricks. Another girl chimed in. Just now, I heard her talking about how good Fo Yunjia is to her. Turns out it was all fake. Seeing her classmates being so insensitive, the brown-haired girl, Le Swan Nan, shouted, enough. Don't be so cruel. Then, she walked over to Wan Yin and asked with concern, Wan Yin, are you all right? At that moment, the door opened and Fo Yunjia entered. Wan Yin, why are you so pale? Are you feeling unwell? Wan Yin replied, I'm fine. The girl from earlier suddenly stood up. How can you be fine? Just now, Tam Van Hai intentionally spread rumors about you too, making you cry. She doesn't even know the whole story. The man turned and scolded her. Tam Van Hai, I knew wherever you are, nothing good happens. You're going too far. Don't bully Wan Yin just because she's easygoing. Suddenly being scolded for no reason, Tam Van Hai retorted, which eye of yours saw me bullying her? Stop your yapping. You just got here and you're already barking like crazy. Are you a dog or something? The green tea bitch beside him continued her act. Yunjia, don't be angry. I know Van Hai is still mad at you. After all, it was my fault. Hearing his understanding girlfriend being bullied like this, the jerk continued to scold Tam Van High. Tam Van High, do you think you can make me change my mind with these little tricks? Dream on. Hearing this, the classmates started gossiping excitedly. No way, At this moment, a young man stood up to mediate. Everyone, let's not cause a scene. Van High didn't actually say anything just now. Class president, stop taking Tam Van High's side. She's an abandoned woman in the Hoke family. She probably used some underhanded tricks to climb up there. They've been together for so long, and Hoke Not Tan doesn't even care about her. He doesn't even buy her a handbag. Haha, that's hilarious. He probably feels nauseous just looking at her. Footsteps approach from outside. Who is it? Who is it? 30 seconds. Everyone, take a guess. Hubby has arrived. Hoke Not Tan, with an icy gaze, looked at the gossiping classmates. An abandoned woman. How come I didn't know that? The classmates were surprised to see the CEO appear and immediately stood up. Oh my God, CEO Hoke is really here. It's not like the rumors say. Here, these roses are for you. He gave her the bouquet, then turned a cold gaze towards the gossiping classmates. Words have consequences. Just wait for your businesses to go bankrupt. He then led her away. Seeing their affectionate display, the classmates started arguing again. But she just said Tam Van High was abandoned and disliked. Does this look like dislike? That bag Hoke Not Tan just gave her is the latest limited edition model. She looked at him and asked, when did you get back? He replied, just now. She continued, how did you know I was here? He casually answered, I guessed. Suddenly, she remembered something. Oh right, I heard from Aunt Zhang that you wouldn't be back for half a month. Why are you back so early? He stammered, I finished my work. His pale complexion made her suspicious. Are you feeling okay? He suddenly collapsed against her. She helped him home. Should I call Dr. Neep? Tell me if you're feeling uncomfortable anywhere. Despite her barrage of questions, he remained unresponsive. She pouted, realizing he wasn't asleep, just ignoring her. Suddenly, he grabbed her hand and pulled her closer. Confused, she asked, what are you doing? He replied wearily, don't talk. Let me hold you for a bit. Turning to ask him something, she accidentally bumped into his face. I told you not to move. Be good. They then shared a passionate kiss. A kiss as if they had never kissed before. A few days later, at her birthday party, her friend Veen Veen gave her a beautiful bouquet. Everyone then brought out a cake and sang happy birthday. Van High, make a wish. She made a wish and blew out the candles. Her playful friend smeared cake on her face. Happy birthday, bestie. Veen Veen, you got me good. Sneaking up on me like that. Hee hee. Well, don't blame me for being merciless. The two playfully chased each other around the house. Hoke Not Tan, watching from the side, was caught in the crossfire when she suddenly smeared cake frosting on his face. She gave him a mischievous grin. Hee hee, you might as well join in the fun. He retaliated by smearing frosting on Veen Veen, who stood beside them laughing. Haha, your payback has arrived. Then she chased Veen Veen around, smearing her with frosting. Haha, take that. After a while, Hoke Not Tan asked Tam Van High to wash his hair. She stared blankly at him. Seeing his icy expression, she resigned herself to the task. Fine, I'll wash your hair. Who's afraid of who? He saw her still standing there, dazed. What are you waiting for? Slightly embarrassed, she inwardly cursed him. Fine, fine. I'll go get the shampoo. Just as she turned to leave, she slipped and fell with a thud. Seeing his six-pack abs, she couldn't resist touching them. Not bad at all. She was still lost in the enjoyable sensation when his voice startled her. Have you touched enough? Blushing crimson, she defiantly denied it. As if. The next day, Wan Yin asked to meet her. Tam Van High didn't beat around the bush. If you have something to say, just say it. Wan Yin glared at her. Is this how you treat your benefactor, Tam Van High? Confused, she asked, what do you mean? I don't understand. Wan Yin slammed a folder onto the table. See for yourself. Some things can't be erased just by pretending to forget them. Tam Van High opened the folder. Inside was a binding agreement stating that my Tonham had saved Tam Van High's life. If my Tonham ever had any requests, Tam Van High was obligated to fulfill them unconditionally. After reading this absurd binding agreement, I cleared my throat and looked at Wan Yin. Miss Mai, this evidence of yours is rather flimsy. Wan Yin sputtered, flimsy. How is it flimsy? Don't tell me you don't even recognize your own handwriting. She glared at me sharply. Putting aside whether or not you've forged these documents, do I need to spell out the benefits you've received from clinging to Hoke Nhat Tan all these years? Wan Yin looked a little flustered. She yelled, "You're going back on your word." I calmly took a sip of my coffee. "Oh, if that's what you think, why don't we go directly to Hoke Nhat Tan and hear what he has to say?" Wan Yin jumped to her feet in anger. "Tam and Hai, very well. Just you wait. There will come a day when you'll be crawling back to me begging for help." After she left, I sat there thinking. That handwriting really was mine. What was Hoke Nhat Tan hiding from me? What kind of surgery could have caused me to lose so much blood? Outwardly, he and I are intimate, but on some level, I can't grasp who he was during that missing period of my memory. If he won't tell me the truth, I'll find out myself. So I went to the hospital and asked them to check my admission records for the past few years. After a while, the doctor replied, "Miss Tam, our hospital has no record of you being admitted." Hearing this, I felt a wave of confusion. It seemed someone had erased the records. Just then, my phone rang. It was my father. "Van Hai, please make time to come home tomorrow. Your father and Aunt June are throwing you a belated birthday party." I suddenly thought, besides the Hoke family, I've had the most contact with my stepmother. Maybe she knows something. So I agreed to go home tomorrow. At the company, the assistant reported to Hoke Nhat Tan, "Madam is investigating what happened years ago, why she was hospitalized. Should we stop her?" He replied, "No need. She won't find anything." Suddenly, his phone rang. It was Wan Yin. He answered, "What is it?" "Nhat Tang, du fi. Let's meet." He coldly replied, "I'm not free." Wan Yin threatened him, bringing up the past. "Tam Van Hai may have forgotten, but have you forgotten too?" Hearing this, he was angry but couldn't do anything. He agreed to meet Wan Yin at 8 p.m. After hanging up, he fell into deep thought. He hesitated about whether to tell Tam Van Hai. He was afraid she wouldn't be able to handle the blow. He remembered the obstetrics and gynecology document. He sighed, holding his head. He never thought he would be so conflicted. Was this the retribution people talked about? That night, as she slept, Tam Van Hai had a strange dream. In her dream, she ran with all her might, trying to escape, but there was an obstacle in front of her, and she tripped. Her whole body ached. Then she screamed in fear, no. Her phone rang. It was her best friend. She startled awake, sweat dripping from her forehead. Her friend informed her, "Van Hai, Wan Yin is at it again. Her dinner with Hoke Nhat Tan is trending. You should check it out." After hanging up, she checked the sensational news. The headline screamed, "The head of the Hoke family and his first love, the actress, reunite for a 3-hour dinner." She sneered. "It seems they're hiding something from me." Although she didn't know what leverage Wan Yin had over Hoke Nhat Tan, she couldn't trust him like before. The next morning, she went downstairs and saw Hoke Nhat Tan sitting on the sofa. Seeing her, he looked up and asked awake, "Let's go have breakfast." She glanced at him coldly. She thought to herself, if he doesn't intend to tell me, I will definitely investigate the truth myself. Seeing her look at him like that, he asked, "Are you angry about something? Did I say anything wrong?" She retorted, "Hoke Nhat Tan, it's your right not to tell me about what happened that year, but don't stop me from investigating." Hearing her say this, he angrily clenched his fist. "Yin Hai, some things are better left unknown." She didn't listen to him at all. "That's my business. Don't interfere." A while later, she returned to her stepmother's house. Her father, after seeing the news, was furious. He said to her, "Yin Hai, I'm sorry. If I had known this would happen, I wouldn't have let your Aunt Yang cooperate with you too." "Dad, it's nothing. It was just dinner with someone. It's not a big deal. Those tabloids and newspapers aren't telling the truth." Her stepmother, seeing the news, smiled gleefully. "I thought you would revert to your old ways, but it seems you haven't changed." Hearing her say this, Tam Van Hai became even more certain that her stepmother knew what happened that year. Her father, seeing his wife's sarcasm, was displeased. "Say less. She's already upset enough." Her stepmother, of course, didn't listen. She continued her taunts. "What I said is the truth. She only dares to show this attitude to us." Tam Van Hai looked at her stepmother seriously. "Since you mentioned the truth, would you mind telling me what actually happened in the beginning?" Her stepmother smirked. "Oh, you want to know? What's in it for me if I tell you? Since you put it that way, it seems you won't tell me." Her father tried to help his daughter. "Feng and I, if she wants to know, just tell her. It's all in the past anyway." Her stepmother stood up angrily. "Aren't you so capable? If you want to know, investigate it yourself." Her father looked at Tam Van Hai consolingly. "Yin Hai, that's just how she is. Please don't be angry. If you want to know, I'll help you make some inquiries. She smiled. Thank you, Dad. She gave a wry smile. He suddenly said, it's best to let things go. Then she surreptitiously placed a voice recorder on the table. I really appreciate you offering help, Dad. But ultimately, you're also intimately involved with my stepmother. So, I'll use my own methods to find out the truth. After everything was settled, she got in her car and looked at the time. It was still early. The thought of going home now and facing Hoke, not Tana's lying face, made her turn the car toward the bar. She'd see if she could find any information there. She told the waiter, I want to see the owner. Do you know how to contact him? The waiter replied, our boss is always very busy. Meeting him depends on fate. Just then, a man walked over and introduced himself. Hello, I'm the owner, Xingfeng. She stepped forward and shook his hand. Hello, I'm Tam Vun-hee. Would you mind speaking with me for a moment? The man nodded in agreement. Afterwards, the two entered a private room to talk. She asked directly, did you used to have someone working here named, yes, Senator, do you have his contact information? Her question was a bit difficult to answer. The staff here changes so frequently. How could I possibly remember everyone's name? Then you must have a staff list, right? Well, yes, we do. But that's confidential employee information. Why should I tell you? She looked at the man with a sincere expression. This is very important to me. I hope you can help. If you need anything, just ask. The bar owner's eyes gleamed. In a week, our bar is hosting a party. We need a spokesperson, preferably a trending celebrity. I wonder if Miss Tam could help us with this. She cursed inwardly at the opportunistic businessman. She agreed to the proposal. Here's my contact information. If you have any news, let me know immediately. Happy cooperation. The man handed her his business card, murmuring Tam Van High to himself. After the agreement was settled, she left. The man immediately made a call. Miss Tam came to investigate what happened that year. You're in trouble. A chuckle on the other end. Huh, this is interesting indeed. After getting in her car, she called her best friend. Honey, I just got you a spokesperson gig at a bar's anniversary party. Are you interested? Her friend, of course, readily agreed. Suddenly, a sharp pain stabbed her stomach. She wondered if it was an allergic reaction to the chicken wings she had eaten at the bar. The pain intensified, and she collapsed, clutching her abdomen. At home, after the doctor's examination, the conclusion was reached. Your wife has ingested something that irritated her stomach, causing acute gastritis. As her husband, you should be more attentive. He sighed. My relationship with her isn't as simple as you think. The doctor suddenly realized, oh right, but now that she's sick, it's a good opportunity for you to show your care. Her health is weak, so it's best to spoon feed her. I should also keep watch, and there's also. He shot the doctor an icy glare, silencing him. The doctor hurriedly retreated. I won't say any more. Kindness is mistaken for malice. Bye-bye. He approached her and touched her face. Van High, what am I going to do with you? At that moment, she opened her eyes and murmured, thirsty. He quickly fetched her water. Watching her drink, he thought, if only time could stop here. We shouldn't have come to this. After drinking, she drifted back to sleep. A while later, she woke up again. Seeing him still by her side, she was touched, thinking, it seems he took care of me again this time. But outwardly, she remained cold towards him. Don't think that just because you're taking care of me, I'll overlook you deceiving me. As she was about to leave, a sudden wave of stomach pain hit her. She doubled over, clutching her abdomen. He approached her gently and said, you're still not feeling well. You can't get out of bed yet. Rest for a few days. He looked at her helplessly. I know you're angry with me. Can we talk about this when you're feeling better? She turned away, refusing to look at him. Fine, I'll listen then. She hoped he would tell her the truth. Downstairs, he sat lost in thought. The doctor's words echoed in his ears. He must personally cook, personally feed her, blah, blah, blah. So, he went into the kitchen and started cooking for her. He really is a good husband. Solaki, Solaki. Handsome and dotes on his wife. In her room, Tam Van High replayed the recording she had made at her stepmother's house. Suddenly, he appeared, carrying a bowl of porridge. She quickly hid the recording, feeling a little guilty and looking at him unhappily. What perfect timing. Not a moment sooner, not a moment later. He shows up right when I'm listening to this. Seeing her expression, he quickly asked, are you feeling uncomfortable somewhere? She quickly changed the subject. No, nothing. This porridge looks delicious. Did Zhang make it? He replied, no, I made it. She looked at him, surprised. He can cook. He scooped a spoonful of porridge and brought it to her lips. Let me feed you. She politely refused. I can eat by myself. He looked at her. It's all right. Consider it a chance for me to make it up to you. Hearing this, she looked at Hoke, not Tan warily. Did you take the wrong medication today? No, I just want to take care of you. Don't overthink it. She gave a cold laugh. I don't need CEO who care. Just tell me, what's your motive this time? Seeing her constant suspicion, he sighed in frustration. Are you trying to blow this out of proportion? She snapped back angrily. And what would you like me to do? Seeing the tense atmosphere, he decided to leave. Later, she received a text from the bar owner. I have the information you're looking for. Meet me at the Van Mansion this Friday. A few days later, she arrived at the meeting place. The bar owner handed her a stack of documents. Miss Tam, these are the records from the personnel department. She took the documents and looked them over. It was indeed the person she was looking for. The person's start date was June 15th. They resigned on the 22nd. She dialed the phone number listed in the file, but the number was disconnected. The bar owner casually said, Miss Tam, a word of kind advice. Don't get so caught up in searching for the past that you lose your present happiness. Hearing this, she quickly asked, what do you mean by that? But the bar owner changed the subject. Miss Tam, did you know? Mr. Hoke and actress are also dining here today. She replied indifferently, I don't care. Her best friend, seeing her unlike her usual self, was stunned. Are you even the Tam Van High I know? Letting someone take advantage of you like that isn't like you. It's just my Tonham. Is she really that surprising? The bar owner texted Hoke not Ton. Hee, you're on your own, buddy. The scene shifted to Hoke not Ton. Wanyan put on a cute expression. These mozzarella sticks are delicious. Not Ton, thank you for coming. Before she could finish, Tam Van High appeared. She rushed to his side, feigning cheerful surprise. Husband, you're here too. What a coincidence. Seeing the waiter bring their food, she casually ordered. That stir-fried bitter melon I ordered can be brought over now. Then, she put some bitter melon in Wanyan's bowl. Eat more of this. It's good for your complexion. Wanyan stared blankly as Tam Van High picked up some bitter melon and offered it to her. Then she ran off, practically losing her shoes. He glanced at Tam Van High. For the first time, I'm realizing you have potential as an actress. Tam Van High, still in performance mode, smiled at him. So, Mr. Hoke, will you consider letting me debut? He coldly replied, no. She moved closer to him. But I still want to act, so what can I do? I don't just want to act. I also want to see what the script of this drama really is. Suddenly, he scooped her up and placed her on a chair. If that's the case, Mrs. Hoke, why don't you act a bit with me? Wouldn't you know then? Tam Van High glanced at him. Seeing him continue to move closer, she reminded him, there are paparazzi outside. Be careful, we might get photographed. Ignoring her words, he leaned in and kissed her. Seeing the situation getting out of hand, she pushed him away and quickly ran off. That evening, back at home, Tam Van High scrolled through her phone and saw that news of their kiss had topped the search rankings. The online community exploded with comments. Whoa, there's such a good match. What chance does that green tea actress my Tonham have? Any tea is fine, but not green tea, please. Looking at these comments, she laughed bitterly. A good match. Sure, we're just husband and wife in name only, after all. The next morning, Tam Van High sat eating breakfast, lost in thought. She couldn't understand why he was sometimes cold as ice. And at other times, gentle and caring. Suddenly, her phone notified her of a new voice recording. She put on her headphones and listened to the conversation. Mom, I think we should sell Tam Van High's jewelry and exchange it for money. The mother sounded hesitant and worried. But what if she comes looking for it? Are these two really stupid, or are they just pretending? Do they forget that the jewelry has coded contracts? She quickly called the police. Hello, I want to report a theft. Someone stole my property and is trying to sell at auction. The auction house staff, after examining the items, said they couldn't buy them. These items all have issues. The police are on their way and will speak with you about the details. A few minutes later, the police arrived. Someone reported that she stole items and brought them to be auctioned. May I ask if these jewels belong to you? Her stepmother asked, approaching. Is the person who reported this Tam Van High? The police officer nodded. Her stepmother feigned a smile and said, this is all a misunderstanding. These things belong to Tam Van High. I gave them to her a long time ago. Recently, the two sisters had a quarrel, which is why this happened. This is a family matter. If you don't believe me, officer, you can call and ask. Tam Van High appeared before them. No need to call. I'm here. Tam Jiao, who gave you permission to take my things? Tam Jiao, still defiant, yelled, on what basis do you say these are yours? Tam Van High crossed her arms, looking at her unruly stepsister. Based on the sales contract, it clearly states my name in black and white. The police officer looked at Tam Jiao. If Miss Tam cannot provide evidence to prove her innocence, I'm afraid she'll have to come with us. Seeing the situation take a turn for the worse, her stepmother quickly pleaded, Van Hai, please, for my sake, forgive her this time. Jiao Jiao is still young. She doesn't understand. I can let this go, but only if you return the jewelry and compensate me with another 50 million. Hearing the amount, her stepmother froze. But we only have 20 million right now. Can you please consider your father? 20 million isn't impossible, but it depends on your sincerity. Seeing Tam Van Hai's unwavering stance, her stepmother gritted her teeth. I know you're investigating my dealings with Hoke Not Tan. I can give you the marriage contract to make up the difference. Hearing the answer she wanted, Tam Van Hai nodded in agreement. After looking at the contract, Tam Van Hai had no recollection of signing it. A 5-year marriage contract. During these 5 years, he had to give her father 100,000 in living expenses every month. Regarding sleeping arrangements, they would have separate rooms and wouldn't disturb each other nor interfere in each other's lives. She was stunned by the terms. During these 5 years, he couldn't refuse any of her requests. Included in the documents her stepmother provided was her premarital health check. Then she flipped to Hoke Not Tana's health check and was shocked to find it blank. Putting everything together, she wondered what this man was hiding from her. That evening, looking at him, she hesitated over whether to ask him about the missing health check. Just then, the butler handed her a menu. Madam, this is the menu for your 4th wedding anniversary. Please review it and see if you'd like any adjustments. Looking at the menu, she thought back to the health check. Lost in thought, he nudged her. What are you thinking about? Is the food not to your liking? She blurted out, what illness do you have? He froze at her question. Seeing his reaction, she quickly covered, well, there's only 1 year left. I'm worried something will happen to you. A flicker of sadness crossed his face. Worried something will happen to me. She must be afraid I won't be able to fulfill her requests. And I thought she had changed. A moment later, he stood up and left. She didn't understand his anger. I just asked a simple question. What a difficult man. Back in her room, he laughed bitterly. As expected, it was all an act. A few days later, she sat dejectedly on the sofa. Several days had passed, and since that day, Hoke Not Tan had seemingly vanished from her life. I wonder if he'll be back for our anniversary the day after tomorrow. She picked up her phone and called Dr. Neep. Do you know where Hoke Not Tan has been these past few days? The doctor stammered nervously, sister-in-law, I'm not really sure. Seeing his hesitation, she guessed he knew something and threatened, tell me quickly, or else. You know what I'm capable of. Hearing this, his face paled, and he confessed, room 321, Tan's Son Nursing Home. Surprised that he was at a nursing home, she immediately drove to find him. A while later, she finally arrived at the hospital. She peered curiously into the operating room. Dr. Neep, holding the results in his hand, said to him, Not Tan, if you continue like this, it won't just be a normal headache. Your body is necrotizing and it's attacking your brain cells. I've contacted a renowned specialist who treats this condition. Arrange your schedule and prepare for surgery. Seeing him lying in the operating room, she was shocked. Was Hoke Not Tana's illness so serious that he needed surgery? She pushed the door open. Hoke Not Tan, you're comfortable enough here, not bothering to come home. Seeing her, he quickly sat up. He glared at his wretched friend. Seeing the look that promised death, the doctor preemptively confessed, if I said I was threatened, would you believe me? He then quickly made his escape. Since sister-in-law is here, I won't be a third wheel. You two have a nice chat. She approached and asked about his health. He replied, I'm fine. She pulled a piece of paper from her bag. If you're fine, then good. Figure out how to deal with this. Looking at the paper in his hand, he was stunned. What? She looked at him coldly. I have my own ways. Then she turned and left. The day after tomorrow is our wedding anniversary. If you don't want to come home, I'll invite a friend to dinner. But if you do want to come back, explain this clearly that day. Watching her leave, he was lost in thought. If things continued like this, she would surely find out the truth soon. That evening, a heated argument erupted at the stepmother's house. I don't care how you do it, she raged at Tam Hung, but you better get that money back for me, or you'll be sorry. Tam Jiao, standing nearby, chimed in, Dad, that's my money too. You two are getting out of control. He retorted, I'm telling you, I don't have the means and I don't have the money. The stepmother, furious, snapped, if you don't have it, then go find Tam Van Hai. That little brat has it. What's a little money to her? That's her money. What's it to you? You made this mess. You deal with it. He turned to leave, but his wife grabbed his arm. I'm not finished. Who said you could go? I'm ordering you to call that little brat right now and get my money back. Seeing his continued refusal, she shoved him in anger. He hit his head on the edge of the table and collapsed unconscious. The stepmother and her daughter, panicked, rushed to his side. Come home. Wake up. Tam Van Hai received a call informing her that her father was in critical condition and rushed to the hospital. Her stepmother, arms crossed, glared at her. "You're just in time. Go pay for his medical bills. Nothing good ever happens when I see your face. You should be rotting in hell with your mother." Hearing her mother insulted, Tam Van Hai lunged forward, grabbing the woman's shirt. "You have no right to mention my mother. I'm warning you. If anything happens to my father, I will never forgive you too. You better watch your back." Without hesitation, she shoved the woman to the ground. "You hit me. That's assault. Pay me." The stepmother shrieked. Tam Van Hai looked at the shameless woman and laughed coldly. "Pay you?" She tossed a wad of cash at her face. "Is this enough to hit you a few more times?" The stepmother quickly snatched the money and scurried away, not forgetting to yell, "You brat. You'll rot in hell." Tam Van Hai shot back. "You better watch out. I'll be down there haunting you." First, she sat in the surgery waiting area, waiting for her father. Currently, in this world, he was her only remaining family. If anything happened to him, she feared. Lost in thought, she suddenly felt him appear. He embraced her, gently saying, "Don't be afraid. I'm here." She had been trying to hold back her emotions, but his words caused her to break down. Tears streamed down her face as she clung to him. "I'm so scared. What if?" He comforted her, stroking her hair. "Van Hai, don't be afraid. Nothing will happen. Even if something does, I'll always be by your side." Although she resented him for hiding the truth, in her most desperate and difficult moments, he was always the first to appear. What was she supposed to do about this complicated relationship? After a while, she calmed herself down. He asked, "How is your father?" "He's in surgery. The current situation isn't clear." A moment later, the door opened and a doctor asked, "Are the family members of patient Tam Hung here?" The patient's situation is not very optimistic. Due to a severe head injury and impact, there is internal bleeding. "We need to operate to remove the blood clot. This surgery requires the signature of a family member." Holding the paper, her hands trembled uncontrollably. The thing people fear most in life is facing situations like this. After signing, she handed it back to the doctor. "Doctor, please save my father. Please remain calm. We will do our best." The doctor then returned to the operating room. Seeing her anxiously pacing back and forth, he said, "Don't worry. I've contacted the best doctor in the hospital. The surgery will definitely be successful." Just then, her phone rang. "Van Hai, have you heard? The stepmother is going to marry Tam Jiao to Thieu Tuan Vai. That woman. She found someone that quickly. She wants to play this game. I'll play with her till the end." After returning home, the stepmother asked her daughter, Jiao, "How are things progressing with that man?" "Going smoothly. Everything is going quite smoothly. But I heard people say he's quite the playboy. He has countless women around him." The stepmother said nonchalantly, "What's there to be afraid of? I already have a solution. You just need to obediently follow my plan. The position of Mrs. Thieu will definitely be yours." Tam Jiao took her arm. "Don't worry, mother, I will definitely listen to you." The stepmother continued, "Oh, right. Tam Van Hai's marriage to Hoke Not Tan only has 1 year left. By then, that little wretch will be labeled as a divorcee. You must crush her beneath your feet. Teach her a lesson she'll never forget." Finally, the surgery ended, but the current situation remained uncertain. "When will my father wake up?" Van Hai asked her friend Veen, who had come to visit. "Van Hai, why do you look so pale? Haven't you been resting properly these past few days?" She replied, "I'm fine. I don't know who you learned that stubbornness from." "All right, what are you going to do about your uncle's situation?" She sighed. "We'll wait until my father wakes up and see how he wants to handle it." Suddenly, her friend remembered something. "All right, I forgot to tell you. A few days ago, I went to a club and saw your little stepsister with that playboy Thieu Tuan Vai. They were all over each other." Van Hai's friend's words were prophetic. "Speak of the devil, and he shall appear." Her phone notified her of a new recording. It was the conversation between the stepmother and daughter. A sly smile spread across her face. "If Tam Jiao wants to marry into a rich family so badly, then I'll help her. After all, the women clinging to that Thieu Tuan Vai aren't easy to deal with. If Tam Jiao actually manages to marry into that family, she'll definitely lord over me. But Mr. Hua and our Mrs. Hua aren't easy to provoke. By then, you'll be surrounded by enemies." Seeing her best friend speaking so fiercely, she sighed. Her marriage with Hua Yichen was nearing its end. When the time comes, they'll part ways, becoming strangers. With her keen observation skills, her best friend didn't believe that would happen. "Van Hai, don't speak so definitively Be careful it doesn't come back to bite you later, That evening, she returned home. Upon entering, the scene before her eyes left her surprised and bewildered. Boom! Happy Bontat Anniversaire, Vunhi. So much had happened these past few days that she had completely forgotten that today was their 4th wedding anniversary. She stared blankly at Hoi Chen. He had actually returned. She looked at him and asked, "There's only 1 year left until we divorce. When that time comes, we'll go our separate ways. Are you happy about that?" Her question caused him to pause mid-drink. He didn't answer, instead asking her back, "How do you feel?" She uttered 2 words, "It's fine." After a pause of about 2 seconds, he said to her meaningfully, "If you want, it's possible." She didn't understand what he meant. Possible what? He really wanted to tell her, "If you want, we don't have to divorce." But what he actually said was, "It's possible to satisfy your request, so you can live happily for the remaining time." She chuckled. I'm very happy now. My status as Mrs. Hua makes everyone very respectful. I'll toast with water to a happy final year. Let's make each day of this marriage enjoyable. I'm going back to my room to rest." She walked heavily up the stairs, thinking to herself, ultimately, this marriage is built on lies. Ending it like this is good. It's a release for both of us. Lost in thought, she missed a step, just when she thought she was going to fall flat on her face. Suddenly, strong arms caught her. The person was, of course, Hua Chen. He held her close, their faces inches apart. Unable to resist, he kissed her full, red lips. She responded, kissing him back passionately. The next scene shows her pushing him onto the bed. As for what happened next, let's just skip over that. When she woke up in the morning, he was gone. Just then, the doctor knocked on her door. "Madam, I heard Hua Chen was called home. There's been no news since. I'm worried something bad might have happened. Could you go check on him?" A while later, Van Hai arrived at the Hua family residence. Bao Gan, seeing her, ran over excitedly and hugged her tight. "Sister-in-law, I missed you so much." Van Hai hugged the little girl back. "I missed you too." In the study, Hua Chen's father spoke with a stern expression. "Recently, the Chiao family has been incredibly successful at the auctions. What are your thoughts on this?" Hua Chen replied indifferently, "They just won a few bids." "Don't worry, father." He then stood up. "If that's all you want to talk about, father, I'll excuse myself." Giggles from outside drew their attention. It was Van Hai and Bao Gan playing together. Seeing Van Hai, a smile involuntarily spread across Hua Chen's face. His father, however, scowled as if someone had stolen his favorite toy. She arrived quickly. "I don't know who Hua Bao Gan takes after." Barely recovered from a serious illness and already clinging to people, Hua Chen looked coldly at his father. Perhaps that's the Hua family jealousy. Hearing his son's words, his father slammed his glass down on the table in anger. "That woman, when do you plan to divorce her?" Hua Chen replied, "I have no intention of divorcing her." This answer further infuriated his father. "You're truly infatuated. You can't even let go of a woman. How can you accomplish anything?" Hua Chen gave his father a cold smile. "Is this the reason you abandoned mother?" Hearing his son's question, his father trembled with rage. "You're getting delusional with your illness. Just forget it. Leave company matters aside for now. Go home and rest for a while." He glanced indifferently at his father. "Am I no longer of any use to you? Have you found the next CEO? No, I should say the next pawn, right?" His father sputtered in anger. Hua Chen turned to leave. "Chen, I know you resent me, but now is not the time to vent your anger." He interrupted his father. "All right, no need to say any more. Tomorrow, I will submit my resignation as CEO of Hua Corporation." Bao Gan, slow down, be careful not to fall. Seeing Hua Chen open the door and step out, she turned back. She ran over and asked him, "What were you two talking about? Was it about the divorce?" He nodded. "Yes, but I..." Before he could finish, she interrupted. "I thought something serious had happened. As long as you're okay." He was stunned by her words. Bao Gan ran to hug him. "Brother, can we go to your house? I want to play with sister-in-law." He nodded. "Let's go home." Then the two of them held hands and led the little girl away. Watching the scene of Van Hai and the little girl interacting so happily and intimately, his eyes lowered, a pang of sorrow stabbing at his heart. If that child had been born safely, perhaps we would be a happy family now. The next morning, after waking up, Van Hai went downstairs. She was surprised to see Hua Chen still at home at 11 o'clock. She looked at him in bewilderment. Such a workaholic, leisurely drinking coffee here. The TV was broadcasting the news. Hua Corporation's stock prices were plummeting. Breaking news: Hua Chen resigns as CEO of Hua Corporation. Confused, she turned to him and asked why. He sighed and simply said, "It's a bit complicated. I just want to relax for a bit." She sat down beside him. If you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. After a pause of about 2 seconds, he asked, what? Afraid you'll lose your support. Hearing his absurd question, she angrily retorted, Hua Yi-chen, do you really think I'm that kind of person? I'm just heartbroken for you. After all that hard work and effort, you're just handing everything over to someone else. He looked at her and smiled. It takes a huge stomach to digest a delicious piece of meat like Hua Corporation. Bao ran over and hugged her. Sister-in-law, I want cake. So, a moment later, she went out to buy the child a cake. While paying, Van Hai unexpectedly ran into Tam Zhao. Tam Zhao looked at her with a smug, mocking expression. Sister, long time no see. Imagine Hua Yi-chen encountering such a major setback, and you're still in the mood to buy cake. Haha, can you even afford it? Well, out of the kindness of my heart, I'll buy you a piece. Then she turned to the shop assistant. Wrap up all the cakes here for me. Van Hai shook her head, finding her behavior utterly childish. Tam Zhao continued to taunt her. What? Have I hit a nerve? Then she smirked. If you need a man, there will be plenty to choose from at my Antoine Vies official announcement party. I might even be charitable enough to invite you. Huh, but, married women aren't always in demand. Van Hai glanced at her stepsister, whose mouth seemed to spew nothing but venom. It's truly strange that Thieu Tuan Vi would be interested in a brainless woman like you. Thieu Tuan Vi wan go besai tum zao. He glanced at Van Hai. Mrs. Hua, the business world is a battlefield. Fortunes rise and fall. Only those who adapt survive. Van Hai crossed her arms, looking at the two hateful people. Then let's see how long you last. Tum zao, Nzai wanted to slap Van Hai's haughty face. Tam Van Hai, how dare you still act so arrogant? That Hua Yi-chen has nothing left. Who do you think can protect you now? Oh, so you're saying you want to deal with me? After all the cakes were packaged, the salesperson turned to Tam Zhao. Miss, your cakes are ready. Tam Zhao took the smallest cake and placed it in Van Hai's hand. She sneered. My dear sister, you should cherish this cake. You probably won't have the chance to eat one again later. Van Hai threw the cake box directly into the trash. Seeing this, Tam Zhao fumed. CEO, Tum Vun He, don't say I didn't offer you a drink. Vun He Samai Ji Fan. All right, to thank you for your concern, very soon, I'll give you a very big gift. Seeing her smugness, Tam Jiao's face darkened. Tum Vun He, let's see what trick you're trying to pull. Tiu Dun Vi Wang and that Tum Zhao. Zhao, don't be angry with this kind of person. Now she can only talk big. She can't actually do anything. Seeing the two of them clinging to each other, Van Hai felt disgusted. Birds of a feather flocked together. Tam Zhao then took her boyfriend's arm and left. Before leaving, she didn't forget to glare at Van Hai. Tam Van Hai, just you wait and see. Van Hai took out her phone and sent a message to her best friend. Veen, can you find me some information on the women around Thieu Tuan Vi and then leak Tam Jiao's story? Upon receiving the message, her best friend naturally agreed to the plan. You're finally taking action. Don't worry, leave it to me. Mission accomplished guaranteed. That evening, Van Hai returned home. Bao Mon, Sang Vun He Zertun, Jie. Sister-in-law, you're back. The little girl happily ran to her. Sister-in-law, you were out for so long. I missed you so much. Van Hai patted her head. Little glutton. You must really want to eat cake, right? Hua Yi-chen told Bao Gan to stop bothering her sister-in-law and come eat. Van Hai unconsciously looked at him, thinking to herself, if I had a child with him someday, he would probably be a good father too. But unfortunately, there are no what-ifs in this world, just like how this won't happen. She opened the cake box. Bao Gan's eyes were full of anticipation as she teased the little girl. Let's eat some cake. Look at this little hungry cat waiting. Bao Gan's eyes sparkled as she reached out. Here. A happy family of 3 gathered together. The phone rang. The voice on the other end said, Tam Van Hai, it's me, Pho Van Trake. She stepped outside to answer the call. Hua Yi-chen quietly observed her. Unhappily, she asked, what do you want? The voice on the other end boomed. Tam Van Hai, pay attention to your current status. Do you still think you're Mrs. Hua? Angrily, she retorted, you have too much free time and want to pick a fight with me, don't you? I advise you to scram before I lose my temper. Pho Van Trake's voice was mocking. Don't be so unreasonable, or don't blame me for not giving you a chance. If you obediently come and beg me, I might be merciful enough to help you. Remember, you have nothing now. Only a young master like me can help you. Hearing this guy's condescending tone, her temper flared. Pho Van Trake, who do you think you are? A toad who thinks he's the center of the universe. Even if Hua Yi-chen is staying home doing nothing right now, he's still 1,000 times better than you. Get a grip and stop being delusional. Pho Van Trake didn't expect her to say that. He snapped, Tam Van Hai, don't be ungrateful. She unleashed a torrent of insults, Get lost, you psycho. Then she hung up. Talking to that lunatic for another second would probably give her an aneurysm. Hui Chen, hiding behind something and listening, was thoroughly amused. Her friend texted her, according to my investigation, Fu Tuan Vai has another girlfriend. Her name is Coco. Tomorrow, I'll meet her at a cafe to talk. We'll have a good show to watch. Hee hee. When she returned to the dining table, she bumped into him. He gently took her hand. Let's eat. Bao Gan is waiting for us. The next day, as planned, Van Hai and her best friend arrived at the cafe. A moment later, Tam Zhao and her boyfriend appeared. The two were clinging to each other. Van Hai leisurely lifted her coffee cup for a sip. She waited, knowing a good show was about to begin. Tam Zhao and her boyfriend were completely oblivious. They were all over each other, a truly irritating sight. Just as they were about to kiss, a scream rang out, leaving them stunned. It was the boyfriend's other girlfriend, Coco, making her appearance. Seeing her boyfriend getting cozy with another girl, Coco flew into a rage. You shameless hussy. How dare you seduce someone else's boyfriend? I'll teach you a lesson. With that, she lunged forward and grabbed Tam Jiao's hair. Everyone come quick. Look at this homewrecker. Tam Zhao stuvat al badak fi, Yiling, Dun vi, help me. She's lying. I'm your girlfriend. Slap. A resounding slap landed on her face. Tam Zhao fell to the ground, face first. Coco pointed at her, fuming. You shameless, thick-skinned girl. I've been with him since last year. How dare you claim to be his girlfriend? The other patrons in the cafe gathered around, eager to watch the drama unfold. Quick, take pictures. Post it online. Yes, hit her. This homewrecker deserves it. Tam Zhao glanced up and happened to see Van Hai. Clutching her swollen face in pain, she seethed. Tam Van Hai, what are you doing here? So was you. You set me up. I won't let you get away with this. That evening, at a hotel, despite having been humiliated earlier that day, Tam Zhao, unashamed, continued her affair with Fu Tuan Vai. Tuan Vai, I'm not mad at you. It's all Tam Van Hai's fault. She's bullying me. Now that her husband has left her, she's living a miserable life. I bet she's jealous. That's why she did this. Tuan Vai's father, upon hearing this, consoled Tam Zhao. Zhao, you've endured so much all these years. I can't believe she's so vicious. Tam Zhao, though touched, continued. Now that Hori Chen has left Hu Corp, why don't you seize this opportunity and acquire their assets? Then, wouldn't the Fu family become one of the top families? Although it sounded tempting, Tuan Vai's father still hesitated. Tam Zhao continued to persuade him, don't worry, now that Hui Chen is gone, Hu Corp is practically empty. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You have to grab it quickly. My Tuan Vai is the best. This way, we can kill two birds with one stone. It's beneficial to the Fu family's business, and it also avenges me. Hearing such an attractive deal, Tuan Vai's father, who had hesitated earlier, immediately agreed. At Hu Corp, the manager reported, the North City bidding has been intercepted by the Fu family. They exploited our internal loopholes and suppressed our resources. Holding a document, Hui Chen's father asked, what about the development zone? The manager replied, it's also quite dangerous. The Fu family is currently conducting an acquisition assessment. It will be intercepted within 10 days at the earliest. What about Hui Chen? He still refuses to come back. The manager sighed. Yes, Mr. Hu said he wants to rest for a while longer. At that moment, Hui Chen was at home relaxing, immersing himself in nature, watering plants. A car horn beeping made him frown and turn a look. His father, angrily leaning on his cane, said, Chen, how long are you going to keep rebelling? He looked coldly at his father, rebelling. What do you mean? Do you need me to remind you? His father softened his tone and pleaded, Chen, I was wrong to speak harshly before. What do you want me to do to make you come back to Whole Corporation? My condition is simple. Transfer all your shares to me and let me become the heir of Whole Corp. His father trembled with rage. What are you doing? This is outrageous coercion. He turned to leave. Fine, suit yourself. I won't see you out. After a few steps, his father called him back. Can you leave me half the shares? Having achieved his goal, he chuckled softly. Possible. Please prepare the transfer documents. Seeing him walk back into the house, his father hurriedly asked, so when will you return? He replied, let's see how I feel. The TV was broadcasting the hottest news. Fu Corp's stock price had been soaring recently. Conversely, Hu Corp was plummeting. Seeing him remain so calm, Van Hai asked, aren't you worried? He countered, what are you worried about? Van Hai was at a loss with this man. Forget it. Suddenly, he turned to her and said, Van Hai, do me a favor. She was surprised. Wow, that's rare. There's actually a time I can help you. He picked up a cherry and then turned to feed it to her. This is something Mrs. Hua would be better suited for. Help me organize a party. Van Hai was surprised, not understanding what he was planning. He gave a devilish smile. I'll give the prey a beautiful, large hunting ground. Seeing his confidence, she casually asked, aren't you afraid the prey will bite back? He suddenly moved closer to her. It's precisely because the prey are undisciplined that they bite indiscriminately. So now, they need a little lesson. We'll skip this scene. At the party the next day, Van Hai asked the housekeeper, Di Trong, is the food all prepared? The housekeeper nodded. Madam, everything is ready. Don't worry. Internally, Van Hai was screaming. She had no idea what this party was for. I really don't know what this man is thinking. I just can't understand rich people. He walked over and handed her a glass of wine. You've worked hard, Mrs. Hua. They clinked glasses. At that moment, Tam Zhao appeared with her boyfriend, Tuan Vai. Everyone murmured and gossiped. Why would the Hua family invite them? The two families were clearly rivals. The woman replied that she didn't know. Perhaps the Hua family was seeking reconciliation. Tam Zhao stepped forward, her face beaming, and replied, they're giving face to Tuan Vai. Everyone knew that the Thieu family was now the top influential family. Hearing this, the two continued to whisper. It seemed the Hua family was truly finished this time. They never thought the Hua family would need to socialize to consolidate their position. Tuan Vai swaggered over and greeted her. Hey, President Hua, how are you doing lately? She smirked. Thanks to President Thieu, I'm doing fine. She extended her hand to shake his, but Tuan Vai pulled his hand back. He scoffed condescendingly. Do you really think you're worthy of shaking my hand now? She was about to angrily scold this arrogant man when she paused. Then, Tam Zhao smirked, taunting, oh, Hui Chen, haven't you accepted reality yet? None of you are even worth a finger of Tuan Vai now. She chuckled softly. Let's wait and see how you react. Waiting for the right moment, she turned to her assistant and said, close the net. A minute later, Tuan Vai received a notification. President Thieu, something's wrong. The money in the company's account, that because of the continuous acquisition of Hua Corp's assets, that it's been frozen. Moreover, the previously approved construction land, that the authorities said there's a problem with our procedures that it's been revoked. Tuan Vai was stunned. He yelled, no, impossible. He turned and glared at her, as if wanting to devour her alive. Hui Chen, you dare play me. Tuan Vai's phone exploded with 7,749 messages. Thieu Corp, what's going on? The money our company invested is gone. You have to return it to me. Return the money. Return the money, you scammers. How dare you boast about taking down whole corporation? I was crazy to believe you. The next second, he received a call from his father. As soon as he answered, the other end erupted in a torrent of abuse. You damn fool. Of all people to provoke, you had to provoke a corporation. If this matter isn't resolved smoothly, you get out of this house immediately. I won't harbor a useless thing like you. After hanging up, Tuan Vai wasn't as cocky as before. He immediately did a 180, turning to plead and beg. President Hua, I was blind. Please have mercy and spare me this time. No, spare the Thieu family. Please. Hui Chen looked thoughtfully at Tuan Vai. It's not impossible, but you have to cough up double. Tuan Vi not det. Okay, I'll do everything you say. Tam Zhao was about to step forward to inquire when he turned and glared at her fiercely. Get lost, you jinx. If it weren't for your lies, I would never have done this. Where's the aggressive Tam Zhao from the bakery now? Did my consideration satisfy you? Hui Chen's eyes darkened as she looked towards Tam Zhao. Apologize to her. Tam Zhao trembled with anger, but couldn't do anything. She naturally refused to apologize. Then Tuan Vai grabbed her and forced her head down. He groveled, Sister-in-law, I apologize. I was blind before and didn't see Mount Tai. Please be magnanimous and don't hold it against me. He then dragged Tam Zhao away. Why do we have to apologize to them? She fumed. At this point, he wanted to strangle her. You idiot. Can't you see the situation? Is your brain just for decoration? Hua Yichen smiled, watching them leave. Finally, a good lesson for that spoiled brat. She smiled at Hui Chen. What are you going to do next? Suddenly, Hua Yichen's head throbbed with pain. She clutched her head and then fainted. At the hospital, after a period of unconsciousness, she finally woke up. Hua Yichen teased. So, Mrs. Hua, how does it feel to have scolded the entire elite circle? The pain suddenly returned. He clutched his head. She quickly pressed the button to call the doctor. She looked at him worriedly. Her father was currently in a vegetative state. Her only remaining family was him, but he always pretended to be fine. She couldn't help but ask Hui Yichen, can't we be honest with each other? What illness do you have? Forget it. If you don't want to tell me, then fine. I don't want to force you. It's an old illness, difficult to treat. His answer completely shocked her. It turned out he had a congenital disease. Seeing her worry, he teased her. Don't worry, it's fine. I'm undergoing treatment. Your status as Mrs. Will won't disappear that quickly. She clenched her fists, wanting to punch this man. He could still joke at a time like this. Dr. Nye walked in. They both turned to look at him. Seeing their serious faces, his playful nature emerged. What's wrong? Am I so handsome that you're both mesmerized? He chuckled. His level of narcissism was second to none. He then ushered her out so he could examine Hui Chen. She hadn't realized his illness was so dangerous and complicated. After the doctor finished his examination, he opened the door and was surprised to see her still there. She anxiously inquired about his condition. The doctor replied, currently, his brain is quite fragile. Frequent episodes will lead to brain damage. Moreover, this disease has a high genetic component. The hospital has already contacted a medical team overseas. They have more experience in this area. They will adjust the treatment plan accordingly. After hearing about his condition, she stood heartbroken at the door, looking at him. Hui Chen, just how much had he been carrying on his own? Inside the room, he looked out the window, hoping everything would be all right. 1 month later, in the morning, he was practicing cooking in the kitchen. She crossed her arms and stood at the doorway, watching Hui Chen. When are you planning to go back to work? He winked at her. It's hard to get a chance to rest. A working man has to seize the opportunity. She was speechless. Here he was, a CEO, calling himself a working man. A working man? Huh. I wonder how hard you've been working. His assistant was constantly messaging her, begging her to convince him to return to work. Madam, please convince CEO Hui to come back to work. The company can't function without him. After he finished cooking, he brought her a bowl of soup. She took her first spoonful, and her eyes lit up. Delicious. I can't even describe how good this is. Absolutely amazing. He looked at her smugly. This is a bribe. Now that you've eaten it, you can't urge me to go back to work. Bao gone upstairs in her room, smelled the delicious food, and came running down. What are you guys eating? I want some too. She then ladled a bowl for the little girl. This is meat soup. Try it. Just then, the housekeeper approached and handed her an invitation. Her close friend was having a brand showcase today and had asked her to come and liven things up. Bao gone, do you want to go with me? I heard they'll have lots of delicious pastries. Bao gone nodded enthusiastically. Yes, I'd love to. He took off his apron. You're both going. Then I'll go too. She winked playfully. Hello. Didn't someone just say they wanted a rest? Plus, someone just got out of the hospital, so it's best to take it easy. He hadn't expected her to be so bold today. You're actually using my own words against me. I really underestimated you. She then went to get dressed, transforming herself in a minute and a half. Noticing the necklace she was wearing, he asked, is it the necklace I gave you? She nodded. He smiled. Mrs. Hua, you look truly beautiful. At the party, her friend took her hand. You're here. Come inside quickly. I prepared so many snacks for you. The guests were numerous, making it hard to greet everyone. She teased her friend. Ayo, you're really looking like a boss lady. I want some of that luck. A man called out, Miss Shun. She turned around, surprised, to find it was the bar owner. She politely greeted him. What a coincidence. Are you here for the event too? Yes, I was invited as well. By the way, have you found the person you were looking for last time? She shook her head dejectedly. Not yet. I just uncovered a new clue. That man went abroad 2 years ago. I heard he's being pursued. He knew you often came here to drink and unwind. Then, another man told him he was interested in you. That night, he saw you were in a very bad mood and immediately messaged the other man. But he was only responsible for relaying the message. He's never met the person truly behind it all. So everything that happened was planned. She thanked the bar owner for sharing this helpful information. Suddenly, the bar owner reached out and touched her hair. Miss Shun, there's no need to be so formal. After all, I genuinely want to be friends with you. She was startled and about to push him away when he pulled out a piece of paper. A confetti from the entrance got stuck in your hair. He chuckled. I didn't expect you to be so careless, Miss Shun. After she left, the bar owner thought to himself, Shun Yunshi, if one day you learn the whole truth, will you still choose Hui Chen? Baogan tugged at her arm. Sister-in-law, that man just now, did he like you? She was taken aback by the child's question. Why would you ask that? Baogan innocently replied, the way he looked at you. It was like how my brother looks at you. His eyes were all sparkly. She was stunned, lost in thought. Suddenly, Baogan started to cry. What? Will you leave my brother because you like that man? I don't want you to go. My brother always stares at your pictures. She smiled gently and patted the child's head. I like your brother the most. I won't go anywhere. I'll always be with you too. At this moment, Fu Yunjia stormed over, fuming, and yelled at her, Shun Yunhee. You're quite skilled at seducing men wherever you go. He seethed inwardly, thinking How is she getting more beautiful each day? And on top of that, she's so intimate with another man. How dare she? He such a didn't appreciate what he had until it was gone kind of guy, she sighed. Why is this lunatic always haunting me? She didn't even glance at him. I'm skilled, so what? What are you going to do about it? Fu Yunjia slammed his hand on the table. Shin Yunhee, you shameless woman. Seeing Bao Gan's frightened expression, she pulled the little girl into her arms. She was furious and wanted to teach this obnoxious man a lesson. Fu Yunjia, stop your crazy act. If you're sick, go get treatment. Fu Yunjia glared at her. Is it because Hua Yichen has lost his power and influence that you've started seducing other men? You love money so much. Why don't you just come with me? She accidentally splashed her drink in Fu Yunjia's face. His temper flared, and he lunged at her, intending to give her a beating. Suddenly, Hua Yichen appeared. He quickly grabbed Fu Yunjia's arm, then turned to his assistant. Have security escort Bao Gan home. People were surprised to see the assistant and began whispering amongst themselves. Luo Dewei is still here. It seems Hua Yichen's return to the company is only a matter of time. Fu Yunzi's Nid. Oh, what wind blew former CEO Hua here? Don't tell me you're planning to use the whole corporation's name to overthrow another company. Hua Yichen didn't reply, only chuckled. Immediately after, the assistant announced, because the corporation cannot function without CEO Hua, the company's senior management has invited him to return. Furthermore, our company never publicly announced CEO Hua's resignation. We hope everyone will not be misled by others. Today, I officially announce that CEO Hua will officially return to the Hua Corporation tomorrow. The smile on Fu Yunjia's face vanished. He couldn't believe it. How? How is this possible? Before he could recover, the storm hit him. Tell my assistant, she said, to immediately crush the entire Fu Corporation. Let Fu Yunjia experience what it feels like to be toppled. She looked at her husband proudly. Although he held grudges, she liked this approach of his. A CEO truly knows how to crush someone at the drop of a hat. Reporters rushed to interview them. Mr. Hua, a few days ago, someone took photos of your wife at the hospital meeting privately with a strange man. Moreover, their gestures were very intimate. Furthermore, people are rumored to say that you and Shin Yunhee are only married in name. She's using your money to keep a male model. He remained silent, not answering. The reporters continued to ask, Mr. Hua, may I ask if you know about this? She laughed heartily beside him. A kept male model. Seeing her shameless laughter, the reporters quickly snapped 7,749 photos to edit into sensational news. They secretly thought tomorrow's article would definitely be a hit. Hua Yichen loosened his tie and gave the reporters an icy glare. That man is me. This statement extinguished the smiles on the reporters' faces. They had anticipated a huge drama, but it turned out to be nothing. She was laughing hysterically at this point. He gently nudged her to leave. In the car, she teased him, is the kept male model sulking? He sighed. This was the quickest way. Seeing him staring at her, she asked in surprise, what's wrong? Nothing. It's just that I feel I'm never there in time whenever you're being bullied. She giggled. They can't bully me. I, Shun Yunhee, am not that easy to bully. Even so, I worry about you. She chuckled. After all, I even dare to bully the legendary Hua Yichen, let alone them. The next day, news of their appearance at the party was trending. People exploded with comments. The Hua couple is so sweet. So, CEO Hua didn't resign after all. Madame Hua's scandal is fake. That kept male model is actually her husband. The assistant entered and reported, CEO Wang just opened a new resort. These are the travel tickets. He's been wanting to invite you and your husband on a relaxing trip for a while. It's been a while since you two have gone on vacation together. This is a good opportunity to rekindle your feelings. Seeing Bao gone with the luggage, she asked, where are you going? The little girl replied, it's not me, it's sister-in-law. Holding the luggage, she felt a shock. No way, right? Everything was normal a few days ago. Why am I suddenly being kicked out of the house for no reason? Sob, I haven't earned enough money yet. Hua Yichen, you stingy jerk. She was still cursing him under her breath when the little girl's words snapped her back to reality, startling her. My brother's wife said she wants to take you on a trip. Your things are all packed. At the resort, she wondered why he suddenly wanted to bring her here. Well, thinking too much gives me a headache. She opened the door, looked at the sky, and breathed in the fresh air. Whatever happens, happens. For now, I'll just enjoy this moment. At the beach, he sat chilling, listening to the sound of the waves. Seeing her approach, he looked up. Yunhee, you're here. She clinked glasses with him. You know how to pick a place, huh? This place is great. It's been so long since we've relaxed like this. Come to think of it, the last time we were this relaxed was when He covered her mouth. All right, you don't need to say anything more. She continued to tease him. What? Isn't it normal for us, as husband and wife, to talk about this? Are you still this innocent? Not really. She continued to tease him. Then what is? Suddenly, he stepped forward and hugged her. Yunhee, I have something to tell you. He pulled out his walkie-talkie and said begin. A minute later, a group of people came running, setting up decorations and the like. After a while, everyone finished. The scene before her was incredibly romantic. He held her hand tightly, his voice gentle. Follow me. She looked up at him, wanting to ask something. He stopped her. Wait, let me speak first. Yunhee, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately about our marriage. I don't know when it started, but my life is filled with traces of you. I've started to notice everything about you, when you're happy and when you're sad. I know there are times you don't like me, but can you give me a chance? I want to be the man in your life, by your side, taking care of you every day. Yunhee, can you give me another chance to let me love you again? She realized that during her lowest moments, he was always there. He pulled her back from the dark abyss time and time again. She was truly touched by his feelings for her. Seeing her suddenly burst into tears, he tenderly wiped them away. Yunhee, don't cry. I'm sorry. She pretended to be sulky. Seriously, you don't even have a bouquet and you want to propose. Hearing her say that, he was overjoyed. He thought she would reject him. A second later, he knelt down, holding a bouquet in one hand and a ring in the other. Yunhee, I want us to start over. Here, there's no domineering, decisive CEO Hua. Only Hua Yichen, who belongs solely to Shun Yunhee. Will you marry me? Her eyes sparkling, she nodded. I do. And they embraced. Then they shared a sweet kiss. He vowed to protect her well this time. Finally, her doubts about him had vanished. At this moment, she truly loved him. Back home, the news exploded. Hua Corporation CEO's sweet, romantic date with his wife. Is this a fairy tale romance? A woman, after reading the news, was furious. Shin Yunhee, you're really something, aren't you? A new mysterious character emerged. That evening, she received a text message from Shun Yunhee's stepmother. I'll hold a secret you want to know. How about we make a trade? The next day, she went to the hospital to visit her father. Doctor, how is my father's condition progressing? The doctor replied, it remains the same. Currently, there are no signs of him waking up. If the coma lasts too long, there's a high possibility of a negative outcome. A weakened body could lead to fatal complications. But this depends on each individual's specific situation. She sighed helplessly. Just as she stepped out the door, she ran into her stepmother. Her stepmother probed, I heard your relationship with Hua Yichen has been very good recently. Not wanting to waste time on her stepmother's idle chatter, she asked directly, is this why you're looking for me? Her stepmother glanced at her. Of course not. I currently possess 2 pieces of information that are extremely important to you. I'll give you a good price, 20 million for each. She was so angry she wanted to stuff this woman in a box. Yang Fengyi, are you insane? You caused my father's coma, and I haven't even settled the score with you for that. Yet now you dare to show your face and try to extort money from me. Her stepmother slammed the table angrily. Shin Yunhee, don't you dare talk nonsense and falsely accuse others. He fell on his own. She laughed at her. Did this woman think she was a 3-year-old? You know the truth in your heart. You don't need to put on this innocent act with me. Furthermore, my relationship with Hua Yichen is very good now. If you have nothing better to do, go teach your precious daughter how to keep Xiao Junwei's heart. Her stepmother jumped up, pointing a finger directly at her face. Shin Yunhee, don't be so ungrateful. If it weren't for your unexpected premature birth with Hua Yichen's child, he wouldn't even give you a second glance. Furious, her stepmother turned to leave. Forget it. Talking to you is useless. Hua Yichen's first love is about to return to the country. The marriage you schemed your way into is about to end. She scoffed as she watched her stepmother leave. She couldn't believe she would fabricate such a story. That evening, she hosted an outdoor barbecue with her best friend and Dr. Nya. She watched as the two bickered over some burnt meat. Why are you poking fun at them? They're both just as bad at this. She finished her sentence and received 4 glares that could burn holes through her. Hua Yichen, worried she was cold, draped his jacket over her. The two of them were stuffed, constantly subjected to this sickeningly sweet display of affection. Suddenly, a voice rang out, causing them all to turn. The woman, Su Duwei Man, put on a pitiful expression. It seems I've returned at a rather inconvenient time. Hua Yichen glared at the woman before him. Shin Yunhee quietly asked Dr. Nya, who is she? Dr. Nya replied, that's Su Duwei Man, my teacher's daughter. She's also Hua Yichen's childhood sweetheart. Shin Yunhee observed the woman before her. Su Duwei Man smiled at Hua Yichen. Yichen, it's been a while. I brought you a gift. I hope you like it. Before Hui Chin could refuse, she draped it over him, treating everyone else as if they were invisible. The scent of green tea was strong. Of all the teas in the world, green tea is the worst. A second later, he took it off, completely ignoring her. Next time, just give it directly to my wife. He then walked over and took Xinyunyi's hand. And also, please don't stand so close to me next time. My wife might misunderstand. Xinyunyi's eyes sparkled. 10 out of 10. He really didn't disappoint. Su Duwei man feigned surprise. Is this Yunyi? Xinyunyi nodded. Yes, it's me. As soon as she finished speaking, Su Duwei man put on a delighted expression and took her hand. Yunyi, it's been so long. You're even more beautiful now. Then she turned and pretended to reproach Hui Chen. Ichen, honestly, Yunyi has recovered, and you didn't even tell me. Xinyunyi felt something wasn't right. A moment later, Su Duwei man excused herself. My father said the new experimental medicine is ready. I have to go pick it up. It just so happens Ichen could go with me. He looked at Shun Yunhee, who nodded in agreement. He looked at her indulgently. Yunhee, wait for me to come back. Su Duwei man, standing nearby, saw the couple's affectionate display, and her face turned green with envy. In the car, she started a conversation with Hui Chen. Ichen, it's been a long time since we've talked privately like this. He replied, well, your father was my attending physician back then, so it was hard to avoid. Su Duwei man put on a pitiful expression. So you still remember. A few days ago, my father told me he missed you very much, but you never visited him. Hui Chen replied indifferently. I've been quite busy with work lately. I'll arrange a time to bring my wife to visit your father when I'm free. Su Duwei man stared at him expectantly. What about me? Don't you want to see me? He firmly emphasized, Su Duwei man, I'm married. A flash of hatred flickered in Su Duwei man's eyes. But in the next second, she feigned a cute demeanor. Hee, I was just joking with you. This time I came back to see if I could find anyone who could treat my hand. Back with Shin Yunhee, she said to her friend, I feel like there's something strange about this. Moreover, the way she talks is also very strange. What's all this about special medicine? I feel like we owe her something. Dr. Incite. Actually, you two do Su Duwei man a debt of gratitude. Years ago, for some unknown reason, your sister-in-law was surrounded by a group of gangsters. They wanted to assault her, but she resisted fiercely, which angered them. One of the thugs, enraged, pulled out a sharp knife. In that moment of danger, Su Duwei man took a knife for her. Shin Yunhee was astonished to hear Dr. Nye recount the story. He continued, after that, the gangsters were arrested by the police. As for Su Duwei man, she had received an offer from a famous design company at the time. But because she took a knife for you, her hand was severely injured. Her design career ended because of that. Shin Yunhee's head suddenly throbbed with pain. Scenes from the past flooded back into her memory. Duwei man, are you okay? The gangsters, seeing someone injured, quickly ran away. The next day, when she came downstairs, she saw Su Duwei man sitting on the sofa. Su Duwei man poured tea and smiled at her. Yunhee, I'm free today, so I came to visit you. Remembering yesterday's incident, Yunhee asked, thank you. Is your hand better now, Miss Su? Su Duwei man replied, it's much better. Using one hand to save your life was worth it. Oh, by the way, Yunhee, is your health any better these days? My health is very good. That's good. A second later, she put on a worried and caring expression, bringing up the past. When I heard about your miscarriage, I had to go abroad. I was so worried about your health. Hearing Su Duwei man's words, Yunhee was completely shocked. What? She had been pregnant before and then had a miscarriage. So, 3 months mirket. Now that everything is all right, I'll tell you directly why I'm here today. I'm here today to help Ichen. I heard his illness is getting more and more serious. My father has been researching in this field for many years. He said if his illness continues like this, it won't be curable, so I hope you will meet my father for timely treatment. She then handed Yunhee a business card for a genetic research organization in the U.S. She stood up and said goodbye. My flight is at 3 p.m. the day after tomorrow. If Ichen agrees to go, he can go with me. Yunhee sat dazed on the sofa. So, we really did have a child. I investigated for so long, but couldn't find anything. He must have silenced everyone. So what about our vows, Ichen? Can I still trust you? That evening, she stood lost in thought by the window, the lights off. He came up and hugged her from behind. Yunhee, why aren't the lights on? What's wrong? Is something bothering you? Tears suddenly welled up in her eyes. Ichen, do we have a child together? He turned her around. Who told you that? She replied sadly, Su Duwei man came here today. She looked at him, her eyes brimming with tears. Why did you hide the pregnancy from me? He kissed her hand tenderly. Because you said you never wanted to remember it. We were so happy together. We went to your favorite city just to feel the ocean breeze. We went to your favorite restaurant just to drink wine together. We were so happy, imagining how we decorate our new home and eagerly awaiting the arrival of our little one. But fate played a cruel trick. On the day of my celebratory event, I received a call. They said something unexpected had happened to you. When I rushed to the scene, you and Su Duwei Man, you were both lying on the ground covered in injuries. You were taken to the hospital, but after you lost the baby, your mental state deteriorated. Every day, you were consumed by grief with no desire to live. He embraced her tightly. Yunhee, I'm so sorry. I didn't protect you. I'll never let you get hurt again. Her tear-filled eyes looked up at him. So you've been protecting me all this time. So that's how it was. Seeing her inconsolable grief, he held her close, stroking her hair. I'm sorry, he murmured repeatedly. I didn't protect you. He gently kissed her forehead. Be good. Don't cry anymore. From now on, I won't let you suffer like that again. She suddenly remembered something he'd said earlier. So, that year, it was my Tonham who donated blood to me. And to thank her, I signed that agreement. He nodded. Yes. She continued. And what about the prenuptial agreement? He replied. Her mother said I couldn't protect you. So she demanded I sign the agreement and give her 30 million as a deposit. She chuckled. You're such a silly rich man. He comforted her. Be good. Don't be sad anymore. Everything is past. From now on, I will always be by your side to protect you. They shared a sweet kiss. She thought to herself, I'm so lucky. After everything, he still loves me, and I love him so much too. He suddenly remembered something and asked, Did Su Duwei Man tell you all this? She replied, Actually, I've remembered a little of what happened back then. Those gangsters looked very strange. It was like someone hired them to harm me. He reminded her, Su Duwei Man is more complicated than you think. Suddenly remembering something, she asked, Oh, right about your condition. Did you tell her about it? She seems to understand your current situation very well. She was planning to take you abroad to see her father for treatment. He shook his head. It's been a long time. I haven't been in contact with her. Only Dr. Nien knows about my current condition. After hearing him, she felt that this person was really strange. He also felt something wasn't right. It seems like everything is connected to her. It looks like we have to take a trip this time. So he called his assistant. Help me prepare the private jet. We'll depart for the U.S. the day after tomorrow. Also, I'll have someone give you some medicine. Help me check the ingredients in it as soon as possible. A feeling of unease rose in her heart. It felt like something bad was going to happen. He reassured her, It's okay. Don't think too much. We can take this opportunity to travel and relax. At the airport, Mai Tonham's face lit up when she saw him. She excitedly ran towards him. Yi-Chen, you're finally here. But her smile didn't last 3 seconds. It faded as Yunhee walked up beside him. Mai Tonham's eyes dug in. Humph! I didn't expect Yunhee to come along. Mai Tonham smiled brightly and said to Yi-Chen, Mr. Yi-Chen, my father is holding a seminar. Let me take you to the research room to get medicine. You finished the last bottle I gave you, right? Yi-Chen's eyes darkened. Indeed, there was something wrong with the medicine. That evening, after the investigation results came back, the assistant sent Yi-Chen a message. CEO, the test results for the medicine show it has an effect. It was suppressing the onset of the neurological disease, with the side effect of causing headaches. Long-term use could lead to memory loss. Just as she and Yi-Chen suspected, there was a problem with the medicine. So Mai Tonham wanted him to lose his memory. But Yunhee didn't understand their true purpose. Seeing her lost in thought, Yi-Chen reassured her, It's okay, don't worry. Whatever their purpose, we have evidence now. Mai Tonham proudly told them, My father put a lot of effort into researching this special medicine. It's one of his research results that he's incredibly proud of and confident in. Yunhee thought to herself, Just keep acting. Let's see how long you can keep this up. After Mai Tonham led them to the medicine room, she said, Wait a moment, I'll get the medicine. After she left, Yunhee quickly and discreetly took pictures of the medicine cabinet. Although she didn't understand what these things were, she figured she'd take pictures first and figure out later. They might be useful someday. After a while, Mai Tonham returned and handed Yi-Chen a bottle of pills. Mr. Yi-Chen, this is my father's new medicine. It's much more effective than the old one. Looking at the ingredients, the dosages had all been doubled. The corners of Yi-Chen's lips curled up slightly. More effective, huh? After giving me that other bottle, I still haven't lost my memory. So you were worried and doubled the dose, right? Mai Tonham Feigen Ino Sen. Mr. Yi-Chen, what are you talking about? I don't understand. You are so dit schoon fit. My Tang Ham. Yenny takes out her phone and shows it to my Tan Ham. Stop playing dumb. These are the drug test results. The ingredients in this medication disrupt the nervous system. What the hell are you trying to do? My Tan Ham continues her fake act. What? These ingredients can cause memory loss. Did my father lie to me? That's impossible. Yenny crosses her arms, watching my Tan Ham's performance. Drop the act. Your father disappeared a long time ago. Who's really behind this lab? Do I need to spell it out for you? Yenny shoves the box of pills in my Tan Ham's face. If you insist there's nothing wrong with these pills, then prove it. Take one right now. My Tan Ham recoils in fear. These are pills, not food. You can't just take them casually. She turns to I-Chin with a pitiful expression. I-Chin, you have to believe me. We've been friends for so many years. Would I lie to you? My Tan Ham continues to defend herself. Besides, if I really wanted you two gone, why didn't I just do it years ago? I-Chin looks at her coldly. Yenny lost her memory back then. I wonder if you had anything to do with it. My Tan Ham's eyes well up with tears. You suspect me. You suspect me because of Yenny. She looks down at her hand, feigning distress. I've loved you for so many years. I even sacrificed my hand to save Yenny for your happiness. I've done so much for you. And after all this, you suspect me. Ingoding my Tang Ham to marketing, Zichen the main unmot, Suduway man will find you. Out of respect for you saving Yenny all those years ago, I'll have my lawyer get you a reduced sentence. You're on your own after that. As I-Chin walks away, my Tan Ham's face twists into a sinister smile. I didn't think that would fail. The Wu family is a tough nut to crack. My Tan Ham rips off the fake bandage on her hand. A malicious glint appears in her eyes. Fine. I don't need to pretend anymore. Just you wait. In the car, Yenny sighs. I can't believe things turned out this way. Suddenly, she felt dizzy and her vision blurred before she fainted. When she woke up, she was overwhelmed with joy and astonishment. It turned out she was 4 weeks pregnant. They embraced, and he shed tears. He never expected this tiny life to come to them so suddenly. He had thought they wouldn't have children anymore. But thankfully, heaven had mercy on them and granted them another chance. She caressed her belly, silently thanking the baby for coming into this world. Tears of happiness streamed down her face as she hugged him. This time, you must protect us well, she said. In a basement, a middle-aged man and a young woman were confined. The young woman approached the man. Dad, she said, aren't you going to help me? This man was Su Duwei man's father. He pleaded with his daughter, Su Duwei Tam, stop doing these things in your sister's name. Turn back now. Don't let things go too far. She scoffed and turned her head. Turn back. How ridiculous. Wasn't the plan to seize Hua Corporation's assets yours in the first place? Things have already come this far, and you're telling me to turn back. As long as I make I-Chin lose his memory, I can smoothly marry him. Then, Hua Corporation's assets will belong to our Su family. Ha! Su Duwei man cried, Sister, please let me out of here. If you let me out, I'll help you. Su Duwei Tam walked over and lifted her sister's chin. If you agree to help me, I'll get you out of this place. At I-Chin's house, he brought her a plate of delicious fruit. She teased him. Fruit washed by CEO Hua himself must be very sweet. He then massaged her feet. Everyone wished for the same kind of doting husband. Suddenly, he received a phone call. I-Chin, my father is not doing well. Is that so? Why didn't you call an ambulance? Why are you calling me? The voice on the other end replied. After your brother adjusted my research institute's records, I've been confined to my house. You know that being confined in the U.S. means there's no way to call an ambulance. I can't contact anyone. I can only call you and beg you to save my father. It sounds serious. Every second counts. You should go and check it out. I-Chin, you finally arrived. Where is Mr. Su? Su Duwei Tam smirked. Why are you in such a hurry? You'll see him soon enough. Ha! Immediately after, her subordinate attacked I-Chin from behind, knocking him unconscious. Su Duwei man asked her sister, I did what you asked. Can you let me go now? Su Duwei Tam smiled wickedly at her sister. Of course. Not only will I let you go, but I also have a gift for you. A moment later, police sirens wailed. The police stormed in. Miss Su, you are suspected of being involved in illegal drug trafficking. You are under arrest. Please cooperate and come with us. Su Duwei man couldn't believe her sister would do this to her. No, it wasn't me. It was her. She's my twin sister. She impersonated me and harmed those people. Su Duwei Tam pretended to be the good sister, advising you should bravely admit what you've done. Stop making excuses. Go in there and try to reform to reduce your sentence. I'll be waiting for you at home. Despite Su Duwei man's attempts to explain, The police dragged her away. She yelled angrily, "Su Due Tam, how could you make me take the fall for you? Someone like you will never get what's coming to you." At the hospital, after a period of unconsciousness, I-Chin finally woke up. He looked around in confusion. "Where am I? Who are you?" The doctor announced the results. "You suffered a severe blow to the head. Currently, a blood clot in your brain is pressing on your nerves, leading to partial amnesia. But don't worry. For now, try to rest and take care of your health. You might regain your memory." The patient needs to rest and recuperate during this time. After the doctor left, he turned and asked her who she was. "This is a golden opportunity," she replied. "I am Su Due Tam, your fiancé." Hearing the word fiancé, the image of another woman involuntarily appeared in his mind. Su Due Tam pretended to be heartbroken, tears welling up. "We came to America this time to prepare for the wedding, as you requested. Unexpectedly, we were attacked by thugs on the way. You were hurt protecting me." Seeing Su Due Tam sobbing, he interrupted her. "All right, don't cry anymore. I just woke up, and my mind is still a mess. Please go rest first. Let me be quiet for a while, okay?" My Tonham stood up and drew the curtains. "Rest well. If you need anything, just call me." Although he had lost his memory, his intuition told him something wasn't right about this fiancé. He would be cautious. My Tonham's lips curled into a smile. Even though I-Chin's vigilance is high, it doesn't matter. This time, I will definitely make him willingly hand everything over to me." The next day, Yunhee still hadn't seen him return, so she called him. She called repeatedly, but couldn't reach him. All she got was the automated message. "The subscriber you have dialed is currently busy or unavailable. Please try again later." Beep, beep, beep. Later, she checked Weibo and saw the sensational top trending news. Su Corporation's Pharmaceutical Research Institute sealed. Jangis Sudoter Imprisen. Even more shocking news. Eldest daughter of Su Corporation, Su Due Tam, to marry I-Chin in a business merger. She called the bar owner. "Boss, I'm sorry to bother you. I need you to help me with something. Can you investigate how many children Su Truong Nin of the Su Corporation has?" Su Truong Nin has 2 twin daughters. The older sister is named Su Due Tam. She has a stubborn and decisive personality. She's busy with company affairs year-round and rarely appears in public. The younger sister is named Su Due Man. She has a gentle and timid personality. I heard that she injured her hand a few years ago for some reason while still in the country. "Okay, thank you." The bar owner asked curiously, "Why are you suddenly investigating these things? Could it be I-Chin proposed to you, and he's already playing the field?" Yunhee sighed. "No, I-Chin is about to marry Su Due Tam. I don't understand why he's marrying another woman. Something isn't right," she thought to herself, determined to investigate. No matter what his reasons are, even if he doesn't love me anymore, I have to find him and ask him directly. Back with I-Chin, the name Yunhee suddenly surfaced in his mind. Although the name felt familiar, no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't remember. Su Due Tam carefully observed his every expression. "It seems I need to increase the dosage to be safe." She walked over and twirled. "I-Chin, what do you think of this wedding dress? Is it beautiful?" He stood up. "You try it on first. I'm going to get some fresh air." Su Due Tam quickly stopped him. "Where are you going?" "We agreed to choose the wedding dress together. It's bad enough you woke up late, but now you're calling another woman's name." She pretended to be heartbroken, tears welling up. "We're about to get married. You're making me jealous." Yunhee's image still flashed in his mind. "Will you marry me again?" She nodded. "I do." He abruptly stood up and pushed Su Due Tam away. "Excuse me, I need some air." The bodyguard glanced at Su Due Tam. A malicious glint flashed in her eyes. "Watch him closely. Don't let him out of your sight." I-Chin wandered around. He didn't understand why he had amnesia or this business marriage. He had no recollection of any of it. Suddenly, he noticed Su Due Tam's bodyguard lurking in the distance, watching him. He quickly lost them. The bodyguard panicked when they lost track of him. Hiding in a shop, I-Chin felt even more certain that something was amiss. Furthermore, after interacting with Su Due Tam, he felt no connection to her whatsoever. Meanwhile, Yunhee searched for I-Chin, wondering where he could be. Lost in their own thoughts, they accidentally bumped into each other. I-Chin quickly pulled her back, apologizing. "Are you all right?" Seeing the woman before him, his eyes lit up. It was her, the girl from his dreams. Seeing him, Yunhee burst into tears. "I-Chin, you jerk. Why did you disappear without a word? Do you know how worried I've been?" I-Chin noticed the bodyguard approaching. He turned to her. "I have amnesia. I can't remember anything. I have so many questions for you. Things are a bit urgent right now. Can you run with me?" They took each other's hands and ran. In that moment, the gears of fate began to turn. Those who belong together will always find their their way back to each other. Like the earth is round, no matter how far apart they go in opposite directions, they will eventually meet again. After running for their lives, they finally lost the bodyguard. Do we know each other before? Yichen asked. Yenny looked surprised. You really don't remember anything. He nodded. But when I saw you just now, I felt familiar. She sighed in relief. At least you still feel something. She stared at him intensely. We didn't just know each other. I'm carrying your child. He struggled to remember, but nothing came to mind. She told him his amnesia might be related to Sue Dewey Tam's medication. The reason we're in America is because she trailed off as Yichen spotted the bodyguards approaching again. He pretended to shout, enough. Maybe we didn't know each other, but I don't want to stand here and listen to your nonsense. I'm getting married soon. Stop pestering me. He stood up and brushed her hand away. If you're so desperate to find a husband, go to the bars on the commercial street every weekend. Maybe you'll meet the one you're looking for. He left after finishing his sentence. If there's nothing else, I'll be going. This time, he was even more certain that something was wrong with the current situation. Back in the room, Mai Tonham smiled as if nothing had happened. She asked Yichen, where did you go? He replied, just went for a walk. She handed him some medicine. These are anti-inflammatory and blood, clot, dissolving pills prescribed by the doctor. Take them quickly so you can recover. He took the pills, stared at them, and then swallowed them. Mai Tonham smiled. Right, Yichen, the merger contract, I left it in your room. Take a look at it later. If there are no problems, we can sign the contract on the day of the wedding. He then went to the bathroom and threw up the pills. Sue Dewey Tam, let's see what kind of game you're playing. Looking at the terms of the contract, this woman was too greedy. Once he signed this contract, it would be no different from handing over all of Hua Corporation's assets to her. Although he had amnesia, he wasn't stupid enough to sign this contract. The only person he could trust at this moment was her. Yunhee, meanwhile, was lost in thought. Why had he suddenly changed like this? Moreover, his words just now were very strange. What did he mean by weekends, bars, and meeting people? She suddenly snapped back to reality. Lost in thought, she accidentally bumped into a man. This man's name was Deep Van Chao, the second son of the Deep family. She breathed a sigh of relief. It was fortunate that he caught her, otherwise she would have fallen, and it could have affected the baby in her womb. She thanked him and then turned to leave. The man's eyes lit up when he saw her, as if struck by lightning. My heart's pounding. I have to get to know her. Over at the Deep residence, the man sitting on the sofa is Deep Truong Van, the eldest son of the Deep family. Seeing his younger brother's constant frivolous behavior, the man frowned. When are you finally going to come to the company and learn the ropes? The collaboration with the Sue Corporation can't be delayed any longer. His younger brother chuckled. Find me this person, brother, and I'll come to the company. Then the younger man handed him a picture of the girl. Looking at the picture, his older brother fell into deep thought. Isn't this Mrs. Hua? After investigating, Deep Van Chao learned that the person he liked already had a boyfriend, but that man was about to marry the daughter of the Sue Corporation. He cursed under his breath. What a scumbag. Don't worry, I'll definitely treat you 100 times better than him. You poor thing. Ever since he stopped taking his medication, Yichen had started experiencing headaches. Vague memories from the past flickered through his mind. Hearing a noise, Mai Tonham entered and asked, could you please confirm the contract soon? He nodded. There are a few clauses that need to be added. Take it back and check it over. Mai Tonham had been worried that Yichen's previous encounter with Yunhee might trigger his memory. Seeing that the medicine on the table was gone, she felt relieved. Looks like the dosage is enough and it's working effectively. I thought Yunhee could cause some trouble. Turns out she's just a sitting duck. The whole corporation's assets will soon be mine. Yunhee followed the location Yichen had mentioned that day. Although she wasn't sure if he had meant it that way, she decided to take a gamble. Yichen, let's see if we have a connection or if I'm just being delusional. As soon as she entered the bar, several lecherous men noticed her. Hey, a pretty girl. A pretty girl. Haha, we got a tasty treat tonight. She scanned the area, but still couldn't see him. As she sat back down at a table to order a drink, the blonde man approached her. Hey there, beautiful. Alone tonight. Want to have a drink with me? Already annoyed, she was further irritated by this lecherous man. Without a word, she slapped him across the face. The blonde man, enraged, grabbed her arm. Feisty, huh? I like that. Come on, have a drink with me. A cold voice cut through the air. Let's see who dares to touch her. She felt a surge of hope, thinking it was him. But it wasn't. Deep Van Chao shouted, let's see who dares to act so brazenly on my turf. The blonde man quickly apologized. Young Master Deep, I was blind, truly blind. Please forgive me. Deep Van Chao turned to her and asked, are you all right? Are you hurt? She recognized him now. You're the one I bumped into the other day, aren't you? Hearing this, the young man beamed. It's a relief you remember me. I couldn't forget you after that day. Deep Van Chow interrupted her. No, I didn't mean anything by it. I just wanted to ask for your number. Because you're so beautiful. He immediately became flustered by his own bluntness. Oh my God, Deep Van Chow, what are you babbling about? You're making me sound like a creep. She's going to think I'm a pervert. Oh no. After a 2-second pause, he turned back and introduced himself. My name is Deep Van Chow. If you don't want to give me your number, that's okay. I respect your decision. She considered this. The Deep family was incredibly influential in America. Perhaps she could leverage their power. Thinking this, she agreed. Of course. Deep Van Chow nervously asked, could I perhaps invite you for a walk? She opened her phone to check the time. It was getting late, and he probably wouldn't come. This was a good opportunity to learn more about the Sioux family's presence in America. So, she nodded in agreement. Just as she left, he appeared. They passed each other without a word. He looked around, but didn't see her, thinking she must not have understood his hint. A beautiful redhead with a glass of wine approached him. Hey, handsome, want a drink with me? He brushed her off, coldly saying no. He then walked to the bar and ordered a whiskey. The bartender asked, are you Chinese? He replied, is there a problem? As the bartender poured his drink, he said, a beautiful Chinese woman was just here. Just like you. She caught everyone's attention the moment she arrived. He quickly asked, did she have long, auburn hair? The bartender nodded. After some questioning, he learned that Deep Van Chow had escorted her away. Outside, Yunhee and Deep Van Chow were strolling together. I'm Yunsi. It's a pleasure to meet you. Deep Van Chow flirted. Your name is beautiful. My name also has Van in it. We must be destined to meet. She gave a polite laugh. Suddenly, his expression turned gloomy. If only I had met you sooner. A dog suddenly barked and lunged towards them. He quickly pulled her close. She instinctively pushed him away. Seeing this, he apologized. I'm sorry. I was just afraid you'd get hurt. Deep Van Chow's heart pounded in his chest. He thought to himself, she's so slender. I must find a way to bring her home and fatten her up. After some conversation, she learned that the Deep family would soon be partnering with the Sioux Corporation to develop the eastern part of the city and build a pharmaceutical plant. She said, is your pharmaceutical plant currently lacking investors? I'm very interested in this project. Hearing that, the young boy rejoiced. So, tomorrow, you'll come to my house and talk to my brother. She thought to herself, for now, this is the only way. It's the only way to get a little closer to Ichin. I wonder how things are on his end. Back in Ichin's apartment, a woman asked him why he was home so late. He indifferently replied that he had gone for a few drinks. She feigned concern, reminding him, drinking is bad for your health. You're still on medication. You shouldn't be drinking. Not wanting to listen to her nagging, he excused himself and headed to his room. She called him back. Wait, Ichin. Toya is leaving Deep and is preparing a partnership party. I have to go. Do you want to be my companion? His mind raced. Toya leaving Deep. She continued, the Deep family has a lot of businesses in the entertainment industry. The eldest son is currently in charge. He also has a younger brother. I missed the chance to meet her today. It seems I can only try my luck at this party. And so, Ichin agreed to accompany her. At the Deep residence, Deep Van Chow brought her to meet his brother. The man asked her, why does Mrs. Hua have time to come see me? I thought you were on your honeymoon with CEO Hua. She replied, it seems Mr. Deep has been investigating me. The man put down the documents. Mrs. Hua, my brother is still young, and you are a married woman. Please stay away from him. She held out a black card. Mr. Deep, you misunderstand. I have no interest in your brother. I just want him to introduce me, so I can invest in your company. No commission required. Confused, the man asked, what is your purpose? She stated her goal. I just want to gain entry as a sponsor to the partnership party between the Sioux Corporation and the Deep family. The man directly refused her. Mrs. Hua, I'm sorry. Please look elsewhere. The sound of shattering glass made both of them turn their heads in surprise. Deep Van Chow's face was filled with disappointment. Then, he pulled her away. In the car, seeing her silence, Deep Van Chow asked, did you hear all of that back there? She replied, so, you agreed to be my friend because I'm the young master of the Deep family. He lowered his head and said, I'm sorry. Deep Van Chow asked, do you really want to go to that party? She answered, yes, my husband will be there. She said awkwardly, I'm sorry, I have no other choice. I originally thought I could invest in your brother's company through your introduction, but unexpectedly, he refused. I'll compensate you for anything, whatever you want. Although Deep Van Chow knew she had someone else she liked, he still wanted to help her. I have a way to help you get into the party. He took her hand. Be my companion, and you can attend. But I have to tell you up front, you have to be my girlfriend for a day. The next day, before leaving the house, the young boy checked himself in the mirror countless times, adjusting his hair and clothes like a preening peacock. He shouted excitedly, I'm going out with her today. If I wear this, will she think my style is too childish? She walked over, smiling brightly. Hi, sorry I'm late. Have you been waiting long? Seeing her arrive, his eyes lit up. No, not at all. I just got here myself. She said apologetically, I'm sorry for hiding my identity. Deep Van Chow took the opportunity to hold her hand. Let's go have some fun. Let's forget about all that. He then led her away. Don't think too much. Just enjoy today. She thought to herself, I-Chin, wait for me. As soon as she entered the restaurant, she coincidentally saw I-Chin there as well. She wanted to kick herself, thinking, did he say those harsh words that day because he really wanted to be with Su Dui Tam? I-Chin thought to himself, I was only a step late that day, and now you're with another man. Seeing the woman he liked with someone else, the young boy wanted to rush over and give the man a beating. Green tea, arm in arm with I-Chin, haughtily said, isn't that young master deep? What a coincidence. Green tea glanced at Su Dui Man and asked, and who is this? Deep Van Chow, to save her face, replied, this is my girlfriend. Green tea then asked, and the person next to Miss Su, is that her fiancé? Girlfriend, fiancé. Both Su Dui Man and I-Chin felt as if they'd been struck by lightning. Green tea giggled, yes, that's right. We're going to pick up our engagement rings today. We just stopped for a meal along the way. Well, I'll be going now. I won't interrupt your date any longer. Su Dui Man cursed inwardly. You jerk, you're getting engaged to another woman in the blink of an eye. All those years, everything I did for you, wasted. I-Chin was also in turmoil. She said she was pregnant with my child. How can she be with another man so quickly? Green tea then joined them at their table. Su Dui Man and I-Chin exchanged glances. To provoke Su Dui Man, I-Chin pretended to be attentive to green tea, cutting a piece of steak and placing on her plate. Su Dui Man fumet. This playboy, is he trying to mess with me? Su Dui Man retaliated by feeding Deep Van Chow. I-Chin, seeing this, responded by piling food on a green tea's plate. The battle ended with two innocent bystanders stuffed to the brim. Green tea was bewildered. Am I going to explode? Is this I-Chin's revenge plan? Deep Van Chow was practically swooning. Her love is as heavy as Mount Tai. At the cinema, the two couples coincidentally sat near each other. Su Dui Man glared at I-Chin. Has he run out of places to go? How unlucky can I be, running into this jerk twice in one day? I-Chin also glanced at her. Why do I keep seeing her everywhere? Green tea thought to herself, today is truly unlucky. Her phone rang, and she stepped outside to answer it. During a scary scene in the movie, a ghost stuck out its tongue. Su Dui Man, frightened, covered her face. I-Chin seized the opportunity and pulled her towards him. The young boy, seeing his goddess being pulled away by someone else, tugged at Su Dui Man's arm. Don't worry, I'm here. I-Chin stood up and walked out. After the movie, Green tea told Deep Van Chow, I'm not feeling well, so I'll head back first. Earlier, while pulling her close during the scary scene, I-Chin had whispered, meet me at the party. At the party, Green tea, dressed in an incredibly elegant gown, attracted everyone's attention the moment she entered. Deep Van Chow stared at her in awe. The guests at the party whispered amongst themselves, look, the outfits of the second Deep Son and that woman are matching. Could they be dating? The second Deep Son is incredibly wealthy. That outfit is by a famous designer. Money can't buy it. The young boy's older brother was displeased to see Green tea. Mrs. Hua, I don't recall inviting you. The young boy held up an invitation. Green tea is my +1. Show some respect. The MC announced, thank you all for being here today to witness the collaboration between the Deep and Su families. Now, I declare the ribbon-cutting ceremony to begin. Seeing I-Chin and Green tea holding hands, she sadly reassured herself he must be putting on an act. Seeing her unhappiness, the young boy took her hand. Let's go sit over there. I-Chin's face darkened when he saw her being intimate with someone else. Suddenly, the lights went out, causing panic among the guests. In the darkness, I-Chin walked over and took Green tea's hand. He led her to a safe, secluded spot. She shook off his hand, but he suddenly pressed her against the wall. His face cold with anger, he glared at her. Why were you so close to that man? She pushed him away angrily. You were clearly being intimate with another woman. What right do you have to question me? Suddenly, a wave of pain washed over I-Chin, and he collapsed to the floor. Memories from the past surfaced, becoming increasingly clear. Green tea rushed to his side. Are you all right? He pulled her into his arms. Green tea, I remember everything. After the lights came on, Green tea looked around but couldn't find I-Chin. Angrily, she ordered the bodyguards to split up and search for him. The bar owner stood in a corner, observing the scene with a smirk. What a lively show. My trip here wasn't wasted. Green Tea panicked when she saw her close friend. Veen Veen appeared with Dr. Neep. Who are you? Why are you here? Veen Veen glared at Green Tea. Who I am? You don't even know. I'm here today to avenge my good friend, Su Due Man. Green Tea feigned ignorance. I don't know you. Guards. Where are the guards? A group of bodyguards in black suits approached. Veen Veen held up an invitation. I have an invitation. I wonder if Miss Sue will be able to withstand the pressure from the public after I leave. The bar owner added, as far as I know, the Sue Corporation isn't happy about having a woman as the new CEO. They're still trying to find ways to control you. Green Tea yelled angrily, what do you want? I don't even know you. Deep Van Chow, the second son of the Deep family, appeared. Everyone calm down. Why don't we find a quiet place to talk? No need. A voice rang out, surprising everyone and causing them to turn around. Ichin and she appeared. He glanced at Green Tea. I think we should clear things up right here. She asked her close friend in surprise, why are you all here? Her friend replied, of course. I'm here to help you deal with this homewrecker. Seeing Ichin, Green Tea was overjoyed. Ichin, you had a headache, right? She stepped forward and asked, do you want to go to the hospital? He pushed her hand away. Don't touch me. You make me sick. Green Tea put on a pitiful expression. Ichin, what are you talking about? I don't understand. He glared at Green Tea. Stop the charade. After you stole your sister's identity, what terrible things did you do? Are you pretending not to remember? Your selfishness has harmed so many people. Seeing everything exposed, Green Tea was terrified. Could it be that his memory had returned? A smirk played on his lips. Indeed, I've disappointed you. Green Tea screamed, damn you all. She looked at Green Tea with disdain. What kind of person are you? You ruined another person's family, used illegal drugs, and even imprisoned your own father, letting your sister take the fall and go to jail. Su Due Man, you are truly vicious. At this moment, Green Tea's father appeared. He urged his daughter to turn back before it was too late, to stop doing things that harmed others. Unrepentant, Green Tea yelled, what nonsense are you talking about? Why have I ever harmed anyone? The Sue Corporation's success today is all thanks to me. I'm the one who dedicated myself to this family, to this company. As Green Tea was about to leave, the police arrived. Miss Sue, someone has accused you of unlawful imprisonment and poisoning. Please come with us. Green Tea shrieked, I didn't do it. You have no proof. You can't arrest me. He chuckled. No proof. What you gave me every day wasn't blood circulation medicine, but a neurosuppressant. After I stopped taking it, my memory started to return. You want proof? It's right in my room. Hearing this, Green Tea burst into laughter, her eyes burning with venomous rage. It's all your fault. If it weren't for you clinging to Ichin, he wouldn't have remembered. I was so close to having whole corporation in my grasp. It's all your fault I'm in this mess. She scoffed at Green Tea. How ridiculous. You've done wrong, yet you still refuse to admit it. Su Due Man, with your bottomless greed, if you want to blame someone, blame yourself. The police officer took out handcuffs. Miss Sue, please cooperate. In a fit of rage, Green Tea lunged at she, intending to kill her. She quickly backed away, but stumbled and fell. She clutched her stomach in pain. My stomach hurts so much. My baby. On the gurney, she fearfully shed tears. Ichin gripped her hand tightly. Yin Shi, don't be afraid. Everything will be all right. Outside the operating room, everyone waited anxiously. Dr. Neep pulled Ichin aside. Ichin, while your sister-in-law is in surgery, you should get checked out too. The medicine she gave you isn't right. You need to get checked out quickly. Ichin shook his head. I can wait. I want to wait for her to come out of surgery first. As soon as he finished speaking, he collapsed to the floor. After a period of unconsciousness, he finally woke up. He sat up abruptly, calling her name. She smiled at him. Ichin, what's wrong? Another nightmare. He rushed over to her, concerned. Yinshi, are you all right? She replied, I'm fine. The doctor entered and handed her his test results. Luckily, everything is okay. Green Tea's medicine didn't affect your health. 2 months later, she was scrolling through her phone when she saw the news. Su Due Man's case had been overturned after 5 years. Suddenly, the baby kicked. She touched her belly. The feeling was magical. She asked Ichin, do you want a boy or a girl? He smiled. Boy or girl, it doesn't matter. At the prison, Green Tea asked, what are you doing here? Her father handed her a picture of her daughter. Whenever you look back, you can see the love your family has for you. For so many years, all you've cared about is profit. Look at them. They're so happy now. If you hadn't been so blinded by your obsession, so unwilling to see the truth, how could you have ended up in such a miserable state? Green Tea angrily crumpled the picture. Blinded by obsession, unwilling to see the truth. Green tea yelled, as long as I have status and money, people will treat me differently. They'll respect me, love me, even fear me. Who needs your worthless affection? I sigh. There's nothing more I can do for you. Just stay here and atone for your mistakes. Perhaps this is the best outcome for you. Months later, on the day of the delivery, I-Chin paced anxiously at the hospital. Her best friend sighed. I-Chin, all the best doctors in this city are inside. Don't worry. Just stop pacing back and forth. A baby's cry rang out. The two turned around in surprise. A doctor pushed out a pair of adorable newborns. Congratulations. Your wife has successfully given birth to a boy and a girl. He rushed over and asked, is my wife all right? When could she leave the delivery room? Seeing the doctor push Yin-Shi out, he hurried to her side. He looked at her tenderly. Yin-Shi, you've worked hard. He kissed her forehead. Don't worry, the babies are fine. Get some rest. In an instant, the cold CEO had transformed into a doting father. There, my loves, don't cry. Looking at his two children, he thought to himself, who do these two little ones take after? They look like monkeys. Internally, the babies cried out, Daddy, don't bully us. We can't even talk yet. Deep Van Chow came to visit. He apologized profusely. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault for not protecting you better. I caused you to end up in the hospital and almost lose the babies. Yin-Shi said, it's okay. It wasn't your fault. Don't blame yourself. She smiled at him. Actually, I-Chin and I should be thanking you. Thanks to you, we realized our feelings for each other. Deep Feng Xiao shulked. I'm taking credit for that. Sister, why don't you reconsider me? I'm young, handsome, and rich. I-Chin covered his mouth. You little rascal. You're trying to steal my wife right in front of me. He proudly gestured to his children. Haha, you don't have a chance. We already have children, a boy and a girl. Everyone chuckled. They never expected the cold CEO to be like this. The two argued. She's my wife. Deep Van Chow retorted, so what? She's my sister. I silently give thanks for everything now. Although I've been through a lot of storms and hardships, thankfully, in the end, I found my happiness. Having friends, my love, and my children by my side, I feel incredibly happy. Thank you everyone for watching this review. I hope everyone in this world can find their own happiness. This story ends here. Bye, everyone.